unsuccessful. Do not write poems for the girl.
Why am I not surprised?
What?
All right. You can. Well, I have.
Still hurts.
I know, it's fine. Let's
Big
talk
fan
Dota.
of Lion Timbersaw as an opener. It's part of why coming into this series, I think Alliance really have looked like the better team. You know, there's a reason they're already 2-0, and I think that this open specifically into the Wisp, which I imagine they left purposefully, it just makes a lot of sense in this spot.
Yeah, it's clean. It's nice.
Yeah,
it works.
We saw the IO not be super successful earlier. Obviously, it was a different combo. It was with the Luna in itself, not that successful.
I think credit to Nigma, though. They have run the IO gyro before.
Yes.
This was also the series that we saw the mid King.
Yeah.
Off-lane Darkseer. And just I think the amount of times RTW was able to put himself in these dangerous positions, then suddenly the IO heal comes in, and that kind of collapsing factor of Nigma. And I think that's the big disparity right now that we have to look for between Alliance and Nigma, is how they approach the early game. You know, Alliance, they are laning phase centric team where they focus more on winning their lanes, collapsing on mid, but they aren't like deathballing as quick. Compare that to Nigma, they will play their lanes and they'll look to try and clump up as quick as possible. Kuroky has mentioned this in several interviews now, that this is the philosophy that they really want to install within the guys, and that's why I think when you see a gyro response to the Timber, they're going to be able to play a decently strong lane. They have the magic damage, and then they can collapse very quickly.
When we saw Team Nigma play against Team Liquid the other day, that was the second series we saw. The first one was versus Secret, where they played super snappy, super fast, right? And we thought that was going to be the Team Nigma that we were going to see every game. But when they played against Team Liquid, that wasn't really the case.
Yeah, they ran into a brick wall, otherwise known as team fight. And when you want to play quick and fast, team fight just destroys that.
Now, we know that Alliance is best when they have the time to prepare and when they have the time to study their opponents in depth. And they obviously will have pinpointed the weaknesses of Team Nigma's playstyle, Kyle.
Yeah, I think it's hard to point those out this early into their swap, but I would say that the way that Nigma opens drafts sometimes bites them because they give away their win condition really early on a lot of the time. They've done so here with the first two Wisp Gyro, and it forces you into a scenario where the bans in your second phase are must-haves, notably the AA and the Morphling. You cannot give these heroes up to Alliance. They will pick them.
Even
your entire win condition is gone. And Void, yeah, it is Nico Baby. You can't really give the man Void either.
Yeah, and I remember the Alliance series. That was basically the big Void series between Alliance and OG, where OG started it, the game 1 with the Void, wins. Game 2, Alliance responds. You know, we'll go for the Void themselves. And yeah, I think this hero, it is going to be rising in popularity in due course. The fact that your time dilation does a little bit of damage, it gives you some more kind of entry to fights when you don't have Chrome.
Yep, we got Alliance getting the Snapfire. We see that hero be banned very frequently due to her lane dominance, no matter in what role, but mostly 5.
Yeah, it's not going to be too bad for Nigma, though, because, like I said, Alliance is lane-centric. They focus so heavily here, and they still can pick their 4 and their 5 to deal with this. Of course, when I say 4, I mean whatever hero Kuroky wants to play, because normally GH is playing the IO with the gyro, but
yeah,
the idea that Kuroky will feel a bit more of a farming role in this scenario.
Yeah. This match is huge. Alliance so far have beaten
they've beaten
Liquid and OG.
Yep.
So if they're able to take out Nigma here, yeah, there's still a date with Secret somewhere on the schedule, but
they would have beaten 3 out of the big 4.
Exactly. And 3 out of the big 4, you know, I think OG and Nigma specifically, in a way, are better to play now than a couple weeks from now when they've had more time to gel with their changes.
Yeah.
And Alliance, of all the European teams with the exception of Secret, are in the best position to qualify to TI directly on points. So
yeah, it's like get to major and secure an extra bonus
if
DPC.
They're first in this season, they're most likely just qualified on points.
Sure.
And a lot of ways, you know, if you're a fan of the European region, you're probably rooting for Alliance here too.
True, because that means you've got more points in the region. And you're rather more teams already making it to TI, therefore less chance to be, or more chance for more teams making it to TI.
The perfect
Europe.
storm would be if Secret were to win again, and then Alliance would not come second, but let's say an OG did. You would now have a scenario where you need Europe to be like top 4
quickly spots. With this kind of analysis that we're going down now, if you had to list 4 European teams that you want to see at TI, you know, for the ability to win it, you know, you want Europe to come home. I need
all right.
4 teams right now. Go.
Secret, OG, Nigma.
And then there's Alliance and Liquid.
But no, I need to hear a team. You can't flake it out. I need you to say your 4.
LAN performance-wise, as a European fan, want to see Europe do well. I would go for Team Liquid. They have more results proven on LAN.
And then Kyle, what are we saying over here, Chief?
I think that we'll just have to see how the games play out. T, I don't like to make predictions without enough supporting evidence to really stand behind what I'm saying.
Just checking.
I don't just pull things out of a hat.
I pull things out of a hat. I'm getting paid to do that.
Yeah.
Very nice.
That's a nice pick.
I do like the Enchantress.
Could be a core. This is an MC special.
Maybe. I would love to see it just simply as like the Liquid effect. You know, Nigma plays Liquid.
Yeah,
they experience the Tiger and Enchantress, and now Kuroki needs to play into that other lane away from the gyro. So it's like, well, why not pick a 5 that has become somewhat a 4 because of Liquid? Very tanky. Solar Crest, Hood.
Oh, and shout out also to Simon, the birthday boy on camera right there.
Happy birthday.
Makes me sad because I remember celebrating a birthday with him like a few years ago back in the day.
Why does that make you sad? Shouldn't it make you happy? Were the memories that sad? Did you have such a bad time 2-3 years ago on his birthday? Did you lose the tournament?
I don't think we were winning. No.
That's fair.
And was Tiny banned out?
Wow.
Tiny, not yes, first phase.
Now that is a smart move, and I would recommend, and I think we will see this throughout the rest of this European season. If you are playing against Alliance, ban Limps Tiny. It is a bad idea to leave that in the pool.
He had such an amazing game on that versus OG the other day. It was insane.
Look what they've replaced it with. Limp's hero archetype preference is a stunning, killing hero. Sand King, even though Miracle showed prowess on it earlier in this tournament, Sand King is not a Tiny. It's not as tanky, it doesn't scale as well, and it's not nearly as effective with the Blink Dagger.
I guess the last time that we saw a team try and emulate the mid Sand King, I think it was Liquid with Koikova.
Yeah.
The issue was he was the one that had to start the fight, therefore you didn't ever get the good epis, you couldn't have the kind of this game-changing bar strike. So now, at least for Alliance, they do have this Timbersaw frontline, most likely S4, and then this Sand King Snapfire combo that one could be mid, one could be 4. Like, I expect it just to be mid Sand King, like Kyle just mentioned. But yeah, he can start the fight next. I like the fact that, I like Nigma's Storm pick here, just to be able to ignore Timber, get past him, jump the Snapfire, prevent that damage. And both drafts are looking very aligned to the teams. They're not really overreacting to what they're seeing. They're just kind of making sure that they have, the Alliance has the pieces of the puzzle that they need. And Nigma, they're sticking to their guns.
Something that I think Alliance would benefit from greatly. I'm coming back to the point of ranking teams for TI. I think Alliance has what it takes to win, but they normally are not. So far, I've not really been able to show that on LAN, but they can.
To be fair,
get an esports psychologist. That I think I'm not.
Where did we go? Jeez.
I'm being serious. There's a lot of teams that are struggling with
online.
at the moment.
I guess the
moment they got a week to prepare for a series.
I think the main angle here is like a lot of teams in the online space haven't had that kind of LAN experience.
Look,
and
but you're gonna have to adapt in okay, so there's only 2 more LANs, probably, right? It's only upcoming major and TI.
Major,
how are you gonna fix your issues? What?
Leipzig major, they were 4th place. Who's to say there's issues? How about why do we have majors where you play 7 series in 2 days?
That's true too.
And then in this league, we're playing 7 series in 6 weeks.
That is true too. They are definitely
preparation is important.
Yeah, and they're not like this DPC league is not setting teams up for success at the major.
No,
in just the way of playing. I agree with that as well. If that was changed, I'd be fully down, and I would definitely think Alliance.
If you win the league, you get to chill. Everybody else plays the marathon of Dota. You hang out and wait to prep for your matchup.
True, and they could actually do really well with that if they don't have to play group stages. I like that actually a lot.
Chance.
Yeah. So in that sense, this win is of utmost importance, and really
go for
both teams.
Okay.
That is one of the better heroes against Sand King. I believe that'll be
ET offlane.
No, Kuro's hero. Right?
So you mean Ench offlane with ET then being that kind of 4-5?
I'm actually not sure. You know what? Well, it's likely a GH Wisp, right?
I would say it's Elder Titan Mind Control.
I think you might be right. And a Kuro Enchantress.
Yeah.
Okay.
Laning setup from Nigma will be very interesting. And let's just go with, the standard. We got to pick a carry, what's available.
Does that make it a limp Snapfire?
It is the MC and ET. Cool.
Huh. Okay.
FNG snap.
So this is interesting because MC should have a beast of a time. This is an incredible Ags ET game. You're going to get that spirit, the BKB effect, and just wham people with the briefcase. Alliance, a lot of stuns, a lot of kill potential, but I'm worried about their team fight.
I like the fact that Nigma has covered himself from the Timber with Gyro in one lane, Enchantress in the other. I think in the big picture team fights, the Wraith King factor will enable a lot of the damage that Alliance is trying to bring into the fight. So it's all on Nika Baby and S4 being in the, kind of the front line, which they normally are. And for Nigma, it's their way of taking the fight is kind of bait out the Gyro, make them collapse on him. Io comes back in, saves the day, then suddenly you have ET on top, Storm on top. So yeah, the team fights in this game should be phenomenal. I think this will be a very good game, and both teams have like the most comfortable drafts for themselves.
Yeah, the S4 Timber.
Exactly. It's going to be completely on how they're performing in the day. I think, yeah, it's... I don't know. It's very close. Both teams looking good.
Comfort draft for both.
I'd say lanes are going to affect this match more than typically, specifically mid, Storm versus Sand King. I think it's got to be Storm favored, but we'll see. Like, I have yet to see Sand King demonstrate it's a real mid hero, not just niche with a Dark Seer and a hard carry and support.
Yeah.
This is a bit awkward. This is literally just Tiny was banned, we're replacing it with the next best. I'm not a huge believer in that.
Oh, let's find out how this game is going to play itself. We're ready for game one together. That we Pixel and Fogged.
Thank you very much, Shiva. Yeah, should be an excellent one here. Alliance versus Nigma. Fogged, we've seen the lineups. What do you sort of make of it? The panel seems to reckon a lot of fighting, a lot of action. Who's going to come out on top, though?
Oh, man, I don't know. A lot of scaling potential on the side of Nigma. However, lots of stuns, lots of team fighting on Alliance. And I think this mid matchup is going to be the biggest one for me, like how it's going to end up going. I've never seen Sand King versus that Storm. I'd imagine the Storm should be able to do quite well. I don't think you're going to get bullied too much as long as you get some help around the ruins and, you know, you're not just completely left alone. However, like overall in the game plan, there's a lot of setup stun for that Storm Spirit. Like he's going to have a tough time getting in and out. And on the side of Nigma, they don't really have many stuns whatsoever. It's like an ET stop, a Vortex, a missile. It's quite limited.
Yeah, that is true. And talk about the ET, a good game to push the ET up to the core position, have mind control player here on the offlane.
It'll give them extra damage. I think that's the biggest thing, is that I've seen a lot of these Timber Saws just be unkillable. When you have Gyro, Io, and ET, you have all this amplified for the magic damage. It's going to make that hero bleed. It's going to make that hero look a lot more vulnerable than usual. And in lane, you know, if the skeletons do get summoned and all that, you get the extra damage, the extra armor. You might be able to punch back. That being said, though, Wraith King and Snapfire, I've seen this lane a lot now, and it's scary. The crit combination with the -8 armor, with the Blightstone and Little Shredder, it's potent. But yeah, we'll see how this all works, because it's a little bit of a difference in the way they actually normally play, right? Kuroki's playing an Enchantress and they have an Io, so they don't really have these active heroes early on. It's going to be dependent on if Kuro gets a creep for him to really make any moves or just secure the lane very nicely.
No, for sure, yeah. All of Nigma's early game moves are going to be entirely around what their cores really set up themselves.
I'm going to stare at mid, though, because I think this is going to be really important.
Okay. I mean, you know,
I've seen the first few waves.
You know, we know Miracle knows how the hero plays. He was one of the ones to bring it out first. They're the mid Sand King, so he'll know exactly what he's up against.
So I think he just needs to hit him a lot, right? Like if you're the Storm, you just hit the Sand King in the early phase. You know he's gone caustic, so you try to just keep him down low and just keep him always constantly harassed. And then it's going to be dependent on who gets those water runes, if they get checked or not. But yeah, I think at like level 3 and 4, when Vortex gets online, it gets quite a bit harder for the Sand King. But Limp might be able to do something special, because I haven't seen this matchup much.
Sure. Now we'll see how much Limp can pressure Miracle in this mid, or if Miracle is going to be able to deal with it and nuke the way back with the remnants. Top lane S4. Oh, he's dead. First blood for GH up here as Nigma. They'll get the first bit of action as S4. Yeah, it's just, you know, he's having a tough time. That they were fully able to sort of zone them back away from the lane. You see S4's XP. He's barely touched a creep at the moment.
Yeah, just the missile and the right clicks, and it's a scary lane, because, you know, we know how Timber works. You know, you're level 3, you're going to be pretty unkillable with reactive. However, Io and Gyro, there's a pretty big amplify, a 10% spell amp, 50 attack speed granted to Gyro. It might be that little difference maker that can just push S4 out, as Hudskin might just die here too with this missile.
I see. They're running him down. S4's not going to be able to do anything to stop GH from just right-clicking the Handscan out of the lane. Another kill here for the duo of Nigma.
And Kuroki, he has actually found himself a very good creep, the Harpy Stormcrafter. So the spam will come out, but he might actually die. He steps up into the two of them.
All right, here's Alliance able to kick kick back on the other side of the map. Of course, that strong duo, as you said, this Wraith King Snapfires, certainly going to pack a punch if Nigma's heroes get out of position. We'll see over by the runes. Limp's able to get him with the Burrow Strike. We'll be able to take that bottle refill away from Miracle. Miracle's going to try and get aggressive back onto Limp. Limp is still having the water rune in the bottle, and backup is in for Miracle. Limp popping the water rune, trying to get away. They're going to be able to take him out. So GH with some smooth moves already, backing up Miracle in the mid lane and making sure that he wins that fight around the rune.
We saw them do this the other day too when they played the IO. GH very quick TP toward the mid lane to be able to help out Miracle. He actually buys himself his own bottle too to secure runes and just keep his gyro nice and healthy. A nice rotation. And Limp was doing good in the lane. Like these first few levels, they're important, but now Vortex is going to be online. He has to be a little cautious. We'll bring his own sentry just in case Miracle does bring one of his own. And they have to watch out for these TPs. I mean, this IO, these little moves that you can make, they have to try to punish ILTW if he does.
Oh, so CS in the mid lane, still very even between the two. 11-4, 11-3 between Limp and Miracle.
Mind controls hit level 3. Now the lane starts to become pretty dominant for this ET. He just gets a couple swings off and he can actually turn and kill. He has this increased armor too.
I mean, they're going to try and get aggressive onto him. But yeah, he can punch back just as hard, really, even though they have the minus armor debuff themselves.
It kind of matches, right? Like he gets plus, like he actually had +7 and he got -8. So it actually like completely nullified the entire little Shredder and Blightstone when he had his spirit out. So an interesting approach from Nigma to counteract that minus armor in lane.
That's true. And that's working. I mean, we're seeing him just being able to completely free farm down in mind control. 25 CS, top CS at the moment as the offlane ET.
Nico Baby, I think he might actually have to bring the chainmail out quite soon because these punches are starting to hurt every time he walks out. He does buy it now. It's gonna take some time to get over there, and Kuroki he'll have a chance to be able to snipe it. Up. S4 continuing to struggle.
Yeah,
like, he's getting a little bit.
It's a very hard lane.
But yeah, it's quite a lot of damage that is coming out between these two because just that little bit extra spell lamp. I mean, now it's 2 points.
Mind control. He's trying to run in aggressively. He's got stick charges. He's going to start punching back into Nico Baby. One more hit's going to do it. Mind control gets the kill. And he's actually standing his ground, just doing as much damage as he can to FNG on the way out. As Kuroki, has he got this with the impetus? Not quite enough. FNG will live. But another trade down bottom. I mean, Mind Control, sure, he loses his life, but he's able to live, get the kill onto Nico Baby, and just continuing to really pressure this Wraith King now.
He's 31 last hits. That's pretty crazy. The gyro not getting pressured in the same manner at all by the Timbersaw and the Lion. He's still having a much tougher time up here. So great start here for Nigma. I'm so surprised. Like Limp's actually doing very well. So I guess I haven't seen the matchup much. So
sure.
He's able to hold his own, even though he does get that rotation. As Hunskin, the missile, it's gonna finish him.
Oh no. F in the chat.
Already 2k gold lead off of these just early moves, and now it's level 5
on S4? That's right. It should be alright. He's got a fair few creeps tanking the rocket barrage, and also the tower punching into RTW, so Nigma won't be able to dive any further.
So many wand charges. They had 16 on ILTW. They have 13 up on GH, so they can continue looking to put this pressure onto S4. And S4, he can't ever slow them down, and his Wraith King is getting slowed down. So this early game is feeling a little bit rough right now for Alliance.
There's 2k difference at the moment. Pressure on Limp. See what he can do after having a solid start. He's been able to farm mid, but he hasn't obviously been able to slow down Miracle's own farm. So eyes on Limp to really get the moves made here from this mid Sand King role.
He's not getting help checking the runes either. He's checking it by himself. He will get lucky, get the DD top as Kuroki is still sitting around mid. And Limp will just be smart. He'll just stick to the jungle for now. Doesn't want to get ganked up as Kuro does have that Centaur at the ready. He does step out of position. I think S4 is going to look pretty vulnerable this game, I got to be honest. In most of the games when he's played the Timber, he's looked pretty, like, just unkillable.
Sure.
As soon as he gets the hood, he just can't die. But this damage increase that Nigma does have, it's really strong. And they already got such good levels on both of them.
And even in general, if he did have a better start, this would still be one of those games where Nigma just have the heroes to fight a Timber.
Absolutely, yeah. With the ET even being able, since he's core, he doesn't have to go for stomp early. He's going to have even more points in the natural order, which works. It works so good. They're actually two best heroes you want to pair ET with. It's actually Storm and Gyro because they're both mixed damage, right? They're physical and magical in several different ways. The first move though, Limp as well as Hanskin, they're making it toward top.
I'll see what they can do. If they can
actually bring in the snap too.
I mean, this has got to work out for Alliance. They're putting a lot of resources into this. 4 heroes up to the top.
16 wands. Let's see if they can actually go for it.
See if Limp can get the jump. We're going to have Miracle up here as well. He's ready for the response. Already to make the movement over towards RTW. Can they burst the Gyro down low? He's getting low. The backup's in from Miracle. RTW will fall though. As Alliance, they get the kill. Now can they get out? That's the question. FNG will fall in return. GH getting focused by S4 and Limp. S4 able to take him down as they'll get 2 Alliance, and so will Nigma. So 2 for 2, but now with the representative revved up, Limp gets in under Miracle and makes sure that Alliance come out on top of the trade as they take down 3.
And they're going to get the stack, too. This is huge for Alliance. They're going to give it... Limp's like, all right, S4, you're having a bit of a tough one. I'm going to give you this so you get your hood finished up at a good time so you can maybe actually sustain versus all this damage. A big hit from Alliance. They break their bottom lane. The Wraith King was having trouble. He actually moves mid, but it's a good hit, as they will also clean up Miracle on top after GH and ILTW.
S4's got to be a bit careful. See if they've got the magical damage to take him out. As they will. So straight back to lane, and they'll be able to take him out. So RTW back to picking up the kills.
And I think we're all going to be very happy in this game, though, because it looks like we're going to have just constant fighting from both sides. 5 to 8 already, 13 kills, 8 minutes.
Yeah,
Limp, his blink's going to be fast.
It's close.
So the moves around the map, he's going to be able to make constant moves, constant pressure to make space for Nico Baby that he needs. The lane was a little rough for him, so that's going to be a really good enabling factor. And there's just so many stuns. That's the thing we do always have to talk about for Alliance versus this Storm. Miracle's going to have a bit of a rough time in the game.
Yeah, not an easy one for him.
I'm just looking forward to Briefcase. I don't know about you, as
I mean,
seeing Upper Titan getting some pretty good farm.
And this is the way to go, right? Just straight into the Ags. You've already got the movement speed with the phase and the wind lace. You're ready to run people down. You just got to make sure you're able to stay alive.
Yeah, I don't like the... I saw some people doing like your Meteor Hammers and your Echo Sabers. If you're getting free lane, you just go the Ags. You're into so many stuns, so much magic damage. Timber Saw and Sand King can actually be really disruptive, but when you get your Ags, you don't got to worry about all that. So some downtime here, but Alliance with the blink, Limp, he's sitting behind mid, just waiting for any move that if it comes to Nico Baby.
Yeah, they're trying to bait. Let's see if they fall for this Nigma as Nico Baby shows on the wave. If Miracle steps up, I mean, you know, Limp, he'll be ready to dive the tower if he sees an opportunity here.
He's revving it up.
He's ready.
He's just at the ready. It's an Arcane Rune too, so it'll be a very nice cooldown for it if he does connect.
I mean, Miracle's been, just careful enough to make sure that Limp can't quite find the chance to jump him.
GH pinged it right away. They caught a glimpse of him for a second there with the creeps. As the tower, it's dying though. Just the skeleton.
It is, himself. When Miracle having to sit back and not being able to sort of grab the aggro off the objective. A lot of damage done. 10 minutes in this, tier 1 just a push away from falling. Limp is going to be able to find another power rune, haste rune, and he's straight up to the top lane. Going to look for an easy kill here. Straight in onto Kuro. Easily able to take down the Enchantress with the burst between the two of them. So Alliance can now look to continue this pressure, put some pressure now to the top tier 1 tower as well.
I mean, these moves from Alliance have just, they got S4 back in the game because he was having a tough laning start, but these rotations from Limp on point. Immediately going toward mid to it. A quick port rotation. Also pointing out, he did find a Fairy's Trinket, so the dream for these Sand Kings.
Still trying to, as you say, come back and find something around mid, but it seems like Nigma's being very careful to not lose someone to this movement that Alliance keep trying around the mid tower.
They're just playing it very safe with where they're farming, right? Miracle now farming in the jungle, the Gyro and the IO playing in the defensive side of the jungle the most of the time. Now they'll swing back top because they are aware of that Sand King rotation happening. And GH also pointing out, he does have a shovel, so probably one of the most fortunate items you can get on your IO. Mangoes and salves aplenty.
Miracle standing by here at the mid lane. Not quite having the Orchid done. They're going to see if they can take the tower tonight after this fortification.
The skeletons. They're too much.
Well, too much damage there for them to try and find the hit between. So Alliance will manage to find a good timing here on the tier 1 mid. 11 minutes in. 2 tier 1s already taken down by Alliance.
S4 getting all the space, already up to level 9 now, just from these little moves that they have done. FNG has soaked bottom the whole time too. He's actually pretty close to Solar Crest, so some good stuff from Alliance. And Nigma, though, they're playing the greed game. You know, they're playing that farm, so they are staying a little bit ahead in the gold. But Alliance making some good objective moves.
And of course, at this stage, RTW with the backup of GH's Eye, they will be able to farm that a little bit more efficiently than Nico Baby can quite now. A bit of a catch-up game for him. Obviously, that will change once he has the Radiance done and is going straight for that Radiance rush after the phase boost. No armlet here on the build-up today. 2,300 into towards the Relic. See Limp actually cleaning up some of the Ancients here with the help of Hansken. Making sure that, ideally he is going to get that Yules at a timing that's not going to fall too far after the Orchid. Obviously, the Orchid is already done. So there is this window now where they have to be a little careful. Miracle will be ready to turn up, and he's got that first item. He's got that boost to his damage output.
Yeah, and although Limp, as we said, having such an excellent game, you don't want to just be a blink as your mid laner. Your blink stun, and then you just get caught and killed. You want to be able to reset, go again in afterwards. So he does want to be able to finish this one up as Nigma, they're kind of hunting for the fight. As long as they don't get initiated on too poorly, they have an overwhelming amount of damage. Natural Order is maxed. Overcharge is maxed. So 16% spell amp plus the crazy amp from the Spirit too. Storm and Gyro will thrive. So Alliance just has to be prepared for the move. As they're sitting around FNG, like they're actually giving FNG a lot of farm priority to get.
No, they are, yeah. FNG's like, protect me, boys. You stay up there smoked. I'll continue to farm in this lane. They're going to go for Mind Control. They've got the Epicenter ready to go straight in onto him. Mind Control doesn't stand a chance there to the jump of Alliance.
As they protect their 5-position Snapfire. They cover the area for the snap to finish up the Solar. I love it.
Now with these moves, you're closing that net worth gap. Still overall, ILTW holding a strong point at the top.
The Nico Baby catching up.
Yes, closing in on the Relic. Very, very close now. No pressure really being brought over to him. So making very good use of the space and control. Alliance as a team has been able to keep at their half of the map.
Wonder if Nigma tries to take advantage of the fact that Epicenter is down. It is a big chunk of the damage. They know the Wraith King is farming, but looks like they're just content with farming as well too, since they have that IO Gyro farming at a bit of a faster pace. Maybe wants to wait for that big item, the BKB for the Gyro, before they really just hammer it through. But it's giving a lot of time for Alliance to get this Radiance back up, and then Nico Baby can turn up to the fights himself. And he'll have a Solar Crest behind him as FNG. He's got it finished. 14 minutes. Not bad. Not bad at all.
I mean, and is there going to be a timing in this game that one of the teams it's more necessary for them to play towards? Like when you look at sort of how this game can go on with the cores involved?
I actually do want to see Alliance get a little bit more active. Because it's a Wraith King who, he's great carry and all that, but he is a little alone versus 2 very hard scaling cores. Storm and Gyro will scale just a little bit harder, especially too because they have these auras and all these buff ups. So if we want to see Alliance hunting a bit more, and they are on the hunt right now with this new Solar.
I'll see who they can catch here from Nigma. As Nigma on the high ground and heading towards them. They're going to be spotted out here, Alliance, so Alliance won't be able to make the jump.
I feel like, Nigma is just like, they're idly waiting. They're just chilling, right? Because I think if they get the Aghanims on the ET, they've got this timing on the Gyro with BKB. It's going to be a pretty tough thing for Alliance to just battle into. Like, these BKBs are going to be very detrimental to the side of Alliance. They're kind of all magical. Besides that Wraith King. And even then, like, he's a Radiant, so he is quite a bit of magical himself too. So the ET with his Ags is pretty much a BKB, and the Storm and the Gyro are both getting BKB. So it does feel like that timing might get a bit scary for Alliance.
Yeah, I mean, we're seeing Alliance, they are trying to find something. They're making the moves.
They are.
Nigma's just not really leaving the opportunity open there for Alliance to get the jump on them. So absolutely, Alliance definitely going to be feeling that the heat is on, the pressure is there for them to try and get something going, but it's just proving to be a little too hard to catch Nigma by surprise at this moment in the game as Nigma managed to avoid each of their moves here.
Yeah. And Mouse, Radiance is online for Nico Baby, so has caught up quite decently. And Limp, he's about to have Yule, so he has a way to protect himself versus that Orchid. Now we might see Alliance just really hunt even harder. But hey, Nigma might just be ready to battle back, as I think
Well, then they are.
that's the BKB done.
Oh, yeah, this is it's not going to be easy now. Yeah, sure, you've hit the Radiance timing on the Wraith King. IOTW turning up with a BKB in the backup of GH's IO. It's not easy for Alliance to run into a 5v5 here.
No, it's all these items coming together at the same time. Yeah, ET Ags is in 300. Max Spirit, he's got his 20 attack speed talent too. All right, let's see if they can actually invade. Let's see if they can get a successful invasion, as Nigma's kind of just they've been reading it very nicely.
And they're just
with the haste.
Stack after stack after stack here for IOTW. He's getting insanely farmed, and mind control's out just in time before Nico Baby finds him hidden in the trees.
Oh, what a dream pickup. Who's going to get the shawl this game? Nigma gets a shawl versus all this magic damage. That's pretty nice. I guess they're giving it to mind control. And there's the Ags. They'll let the briefcase begin.
All right, but it'll be interesting to see, though, you know, if Nigma, you know, do want to fight with these items that they've got, or if they are sort of content in saying, you know what, let's just keep farming.
Yeah, they might. They might just sit back and chill, honestly. Maybe wait till, I mean, Miracle's getting close to BKB, too. He probably wants that versus this Lion and Snapfire. Once he has BKB, like, these two heroes can't do much of anything unless they get the jump on him. They do have Blinks, though. Hanskin, he has Blink Dagger with Limp, so they have the opportunity to get the jumps. It's just going to have to... They're going to have to get those perfect initiations once this fast BKB is online.
Sure, yeah. If Limp can get some sort of big multi-hero Burrow Strike, it's going to be off to a great start. Nigma smoking up, but they're coming in for the low ground. Miracle's going to jump in straight away, but Limp's in with the counterplay. Comes in with the 2-man Burrow Strike. Continues to back off, though. Alliance, they don't want to fight here. They get the catch, though. The stomp onto the 2. Miracle zipping in over towards S4. Miracle getting low, but he zips off to the safety of the side. And Limp, he's going to be the first to fall as ILTW and Mind Control come in with the Magic Immunity. They run down the Sand King, and now without their mid, Alliance hasn't really got a fight to take anymore. They've got to back off. Miracle, he's not going to let them. Straight in, over the mid lane, straight over towards Hans King, catches another. As Alliance, they've got it. I mean, S4's got to be careful. If Miracle gets enough mana, he may go for more here. S4.
Mind Control's ready to go, too.
Yeah, S4's running back into them. This is pretty bold of him. As Nigma's going to be very ready to fight. As S4, he's also dead on top of it all. Feels like a little bit of an unnecessary loss there at the end of that fight. As S4 didn't, he could have left.
He pulled them away from the tower, though, at the very least, I guess. But yeah,
that tower's still going down.
They're still going to be able to take it down. So yeah, a bit of an unnecessary death there maybe at the end, as Nigma, they just show up with all 5. Like, Mind Control just puts the Spirit on the back lines and the supports, and they can't blink. He's too scared. Hanskin, they have perfect vision of where the Lion is, so then Miracle has freedom to be able to jump in. They got him low. They did get Miracle a bit low, but yeah, we're going to see some problems definitely coming in versus all this magic immunity.
It's just so hard, yeah, with Nigma's itemization. For Alliance to find an opening to get the fights, they've got to find the pickoffs. They've got to somehow make a move, catch Nigma when they least expect it. Because in these full team fights, as long as Nigma can press the BKBs, Alliance are going to have a tough time in the battles.
And Nigma, they smoke again. A second smoke in the last minute and a half. They're ready. They're ready for it to come to them.
Here we go, Limp.
Got the ward.
Then looking for the jump. Nico Baby's going to lead in straight away onto RTW. They've got the follow-up burst, and they've got enough to take him down. RTW getting low, they'll take him out. They bring down the gyrocopter, but now Miracle is ready to turn. Looks over towards FNG. They'll take 2 down in response, but GH will also fall. S4 with the Chakram finishes off Kuroki. Now Miracle is going to look towards S4. Has he got the burst to take down Miracle? Miracle still up on the cliff. He's run out of mana, Miracle, and S4. He's got him with the Chakram, running him down. Miracle.
Control.
He's trying to juke it out. He might have to deny himself to Roche here, or he's got enough mana left. He's actually going to be able to juke S4, and he's getting away here. Has S4 got anything else to catch this? Oh, Timber Chain a little short there.
That's right.
I mean, it's a good chain. And they have. He tries his best to run Miracle, but Alliance this time round, they're able to chase them out, get the kills, and all off to just an excellent start. Everything thrown down onto ILTW. They are able to burst the gyro before the fight begins.
They have everything together at the same time, too. The triple blinks.
Oh, they go for more here.
Mind Control.
He steps up to the wave, but Limp straight in with the Burrow Strike. The Mortimer's Kisses are coming down. Mind Control is going to go down as well. Alliance.
Very nice.
I mean, this is exactly what they have to do. They can't pass up on any of these opportunities, these little slip-ups that Nigma give them, and they're not. Alliance hitting back hard.
And that was without Finger, too. They'd used it in the last fight previously, so they actually bursted him just because the triple blinks. The Wraith King is actually able to get on top with his Blink Dagger, get these
for more
with the follow-up, and maybe more.
Oh, Kuro should be all right with the heals. In fact, Kuro's got back up. ILTW and GH turn up. Now's the time for Alliance to start backing away.
Miracle's jumping far.
See what he's able to grab here. He's going to turn over towards S4. See if they've got enough damage with the 4 of them. S4, another Timber Chain. He's out. The impetus. Ooh, it's enough damage. Kuro gets him from the distance, but there's the counterplay from Elias. They jump in. They've got the stuns on the Miracle as they bring down the Storm. See if Limp can get his way out of this. As they've got the detection down, Limp will die for his efforts. So a trade between the mids at the end of it all.
Miracle respawns and just dies immediately, though. That can't feel good for the Storm. As we said, lots of stuns that he does have to watch out for. And that Blink, definitely an excellent purchase from Nico, baby, as it's gotten them some pretty big kills. Now they will lose that mid tower, though, as Nigma. You have 2 kills still, so they are looking for more.
See what he can find around here. Heading into the triangle. Alliance is away. Alliance, you know, sort of the lack of the 2 beefy heroes, the Timbersaw and the Sand King. Not quite ready to jump, but you can bet as soon as they're back in the game, Limp and S4 will be ready to go. Now having a mech finished on GH.
Now mech's gonna, that's gonna make things a little bit more complicated. They have, I actually thought in the last fight, I was gonna say it too, like they have to get on top of GH so he doesn't get all these heals off, but they actually had enough damage. Now this might be the difference maker. He also has a regen in the bottle, so if they don't focus onto GH, things could be pretty disastrous. I mean, they've been doing a great job, Alliance, of focusing on the targets that they need to.
Yeah, if they don't manage to sort of eliminate or get the jar out of the fight at the start, you know, it's just one of those cases. You know, if RTW can press his spells, get the flat cannon hits out, it's just so much damage. Alliance have got to somehow make the jump onto him.
Oh, interesting. Okay, my control's actually got a Blink queued up, but I was wondering if he just goes for the shard, because it's kind of like the same things that you can do, get on top of and apply your
that's true, actually.
Armor. But it's a different approach. This is what people used to do before the shard was introduced, and you know, you can still do kind of similar tricks, and you can blink onto your spirit, instantly get the damage. Yeah, I think he might just still go with the shard, but
well, we'll see. But you're right. The blink gives you more options and allows for sort of more mind games, whereas the shard's going to be a bit more telegraphed exactly where you're heading.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see which way he wants to go. Might depend on the next fight here. Kuro. Oh, see ya.
See ya.
That's one way to find out who's on the high ground.
I like this ward too. Deep ward placed by Alliance to kind of just cover the whole area. It's tough to be able to claim these triangles too, and especially when you're like versus like IO Gyro and ET. That's a bit of a tough thing to do, but Alliance did have control of that for some good amount of time. Now the Ion Gyro probably going to swing over, clear over Ancients, but Alliance keeping this game very close, as we have pretty much no network experience. Is the same thing. It's 2K experience.
Oh, a mid.
Nigma, which is
they're going for the jump on LTW. Let's see if they can burst him. He's pretty tanky, and he's got the protection of GH. GH taking him out to the side. Now Miracle's going in with the zip. Grabs Nico Baby in. Nico Baby needs help. He needs backup. Cooldown coming out as Nico Baby will fall the once. Silence on to S4. S4 trying to get away, but they've got the control. They've got the damage as well. S4 and Nico Baby getting destroyed on the front lines of the fight.
FNG.
Caught him with the storm.
He's dead. Oh? Okay. He kept his channeling of his.
I mean, he did. He was just sort of shooting them back towards. He was just letting them go. Maybe his stop key was broken.
I'm not sure.
He just was like, well, I've cast it out. I might as well do the full duration. But yeah, we have it here again. Yeah, quick moves onto Nico, but they just couldn't quite save him. With the BKBs popped by Miracle, there's nothing to get this storm off him. And then S4 just not able to chain him in time. You'll see FNG, he turns around, he's like, well, I might as well keep doing it. Sploosh, splash, splish,
That's what
sploosh.
Yeah, I'm like, okay.
Oh, look at the pretty orange blobs. Oh, no, I'm dead.
It looks like he tried to turn around, but yeah, I just didn't stop it or something. But he does die, and now Roche, Miracle, he doesn't just have the BKB, he also has an Aegis to make these dives quite a bit easier. And Nico Baby's still showing a lot of vulnerability. Sure, he's got this good damage, physical, but he's very vulnerable if they can actually take him out at once.
They can burst him
quite easy. Yeah,
they're going to be out. Yeah, I mean,
timing is really nice actually. With the way it works now with Reincarnate, you actually can just drop it right on top and it'll connect.
That's true, actually. Mind control doing the maths, getting that timing bang on. And yeah, we're just saying, you know, obviously RTW is the gyro with his build up and the backup of GH. It's just so much harder for Alliance to do anything about the gyro at the start of the fight compared to what Nigma have to do in terms of bringing down Nico Baby's Wraith King.
Yeah, their damage on Alliance, it can increase for where the Wraith King, right? The Wraith King damage is going to increase, the Lion damage will increase a little bit, but it's very static for the most part, right? That Sand King and Timber, their damage is going to get released, and then if the heal comes out, their damage is going to be that's kind of going to be it. So these long duration team fights for Nigma are going to be much better than that for Alliance. Alliance just needs to pop a hero right away and then just steamroll over. As Nigma, they're looking for the hunt, looking for the fight.
Let's see what they can get here. Alliance, just the 3 of them down here. Probably do their best to get out of it. They will Nico Baby
so
away.
Close.
West 4. West 4 should be fine. No catch for him. And Hansken, he's chilling. He's still got his TP. Good. He'll be out and away, looking to rejoin the rest of the gang up top.
They just have to, now it's just baby, I think it's mode babysit Nico Baby. Have to play really close around him until he does finish up his own BKB as Nigma's on the hunt.
I mean, Miracle's in. He's ready to start off some action here. They're going to bring in ILTW as well. They surround Limp. Limp stops to the side with the burrow strike. There's a missile heading his way. They get the finger off onto GH. They bring down the Aya, but they've lost Limp. And ILTW is still pretty much at full HP. Miracle ready to lead it over towards Nico Baby, but they keep him alive. Protect that reincarnate. With the Glimmer Cape and the Solar, he's out. He's safe.
Nice assassinate. Actually getting GH there almost instantly. They will lose Limp though. But GH, he thought the fight was going to continue. He actually buys back. That could hurt them later on.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I'll see what more they do with this now. 40 seconds, no Limp. Nigma ready to bring the push down the mid lane. Alliance unlikely to try and fight without their Sand King.
No, they need all the damage they can get to be able to bring down this big gyrocopter, and they're still playing into Aegis, so it's not a fight that they want to take by any means. Storm can just clean up afterwards. Level 18 on Storm, level 18 on Gyro. GH also almost level 18. Kind of all the heroes on the side of Nigma are very similar levels as they've been playing together as a unit.
Dire are scanning.
A slight 4K lead now for Nigma, but as we say, it's not an easy game for Alliance to play from behind.
It looks like ILTW actually finishes Mjolnir. There's a lot of little small damage instances this game, right? The Chakram, the Sandstorm, even the Radiance ticks everything. So it seems like he just wants to have a little bit more damage because of all that. I saw he had Satanic queued up, which would have been, obviously incredible to protect him, but
FNG.
Damage.
Oh, he heads up to the high ground, but it's a bit of a bait. Miracle's going to get jumped as soon as he goes for FNG. That's the Aegis gone. Can Alliance do it a second time? ILTW going to get brought in by GH over towards the side. Nico Baby's falling quick. He's going to go down once. Limp's going to fall. Limp down for a full minute as they're going to look to try and take Nico Baby down a second time as he comes back with a second life. He is able to make the jump, or at least get back up to the high ground.
Oh, that's a gem. I think they just purchased that not too long ago. So the little bit of vision that they do have is going to be taken away. As a relocate right into the middle of everybody. That's how confident Nigma is in their team fight at the moment. It really is so much damage, though. The ET Spirit with these two heroes, with Gyro and Storm, like they evaporate heroes. Limp just looking quite fragile, even though he's built so much like plus armor, which is one of the things you always want to do versus ET. Dragon Scale and Plate Mare, doesn't matter. The magic damage is just overwhelming.
Yeah, at this point, they just don't have nearly enough team fight to match that of Nigma's.
They need the dream situations. They need to get insta-kill. They need to get the full chain combo into one hero and get numbers.
And they're looking for Kuro. Miracle, he might look to set up for the turnaround here as they're moving on to S4. S4 is tanky and he's going to be saved. Another Glimmer Cape usage gets S4 out of there. Going to lay down the kisses, see if they can run down something. They'll turn over towards Kuroki. Kuro, he will fall. They've got the burst to take him out. Miracle's thinking about going back in, but Limp, he's able to get the jump. He's in with the burrow strike on a Miracle. Miracle pots the BKB, thinks about fighting, but decides against it. A little low on the mana, so he zips back to safety.
That was a little scary there for the Storm. Miracle playing his hand.
Yeah, good attempt by Alliance to really force something there. I get Kuro, but the core's able to get out very close, nearly being able to find that jump onto Miracle and taking him down in time.
Oh, but they recovered their gem. That was actually
they did with that, yeah.
That's a big one. Okay, that's nice.
We'll see what the move's going to be from Nigma next, as those side lane tier 2s most certainly going to be the goal for them here. Echo Saber done.
They got that long death out of the way for GH now too.
Mid.
Limp.
They got the chains done. They've got the finger. Oh, they're going to be able to take him. GH tries to get him out in time.
Look, his dead body's there. He got him out, but he died as it happened.
is under attack.
And now they're going to get GH as well. Or maybe not. GH tries to tether across to Kuro. He's not going to live through this. Surely not. They've got the stun. They've got the burst. They take down GH as well. Also able to control Kuro by the looks of it as S4 has the damage, blocking off his escape. Kuro will fall. Nice. Alliance finding 3. This time around, getting that jump onto Miracle.
Definitely tip him. Like, they knew his BKB was still on cooldown. Limp with a nice heads-up move, recognizing that with his team. Now they got a tier 2, and they've got some time.
They do. Yeah, this is a decent window as it's 3 dead. It's not an easy game for Alliance, but Alliance finding these sort of jumps, punishing Nigma's misplays, and now they're going to look to make the commitment over towards Mind Control. Kuro's going to come in with the buyback. He has got the Spirit buff helping him out. Mind Control trying to run in. He's going to be able to take down Hansken. He tries to get a few punches in as well onto Nico, baby. RTW's ready to run them down. Alliance, they've got to disengage safely here.
Is under attack.
There's S4.
Still on S4.
See if they've got the damage to get him. Missiles in. Well, with Mind Control nearby, they certainly have. There's Nigma. They'll hit back here at Alliance. I mean, Alliance, it seemed like a good jump. They see Mind Control, but it's a hard kill when you're diving in as deep as you were for him in that base. Well, we'll see again this death.
His Spirit came back, too. That's the thing. It's like, we see this death. Yeah, this was a reload death, but Mind Control, he has the Spirit was returning to him as they jumped. So he was actually hexed, but he was hexed in a BKB. So he was magic immune. They couldn't actually chain stun him or anything. He just walks right past him. Plus 528 damage. Easy.
Well, we've got the kisses from FNG trying to push back Nigma. 30 seconds now, S4. He has got buyback if he sees an opportunity to get a team fight going. Limp ready with a potential epicenter jump.
Satanic now on ILTW. A lot more healing coming into play, even when he's not attacking. Also, that Dispel that might be coming in as Nico Baby.
I mean, Nico Baby, he's going to be the one to get jumped. Mind Control's in on him, already able to take him down to half HP. Limps in with a 2-man burst strike. They're jumping over towards GH. Nico Baby trying to focus down the IO. Gets the Ray Fire Blast out. He really wants to kill GH, but Kuro with the body blocks stops him from being able to do so. They've lost Hansken. They'll lose Limp as Miracle commits it over towards the Sand King. Both do have buybacks available. They may need to use them as Nico Baby's going to go down the ones. They're looking to move in Nigma, take him down a second time. They won't quite be able to do so. As Nico Baby's able to get back to the fountain, he will live, but they've had to use 2 buybacks for this Alliance. Can they get any kills out of it? They'll look towards RTW. Limp, he's going to jump back in, but he's been silenced. He's up in the air with the Yules. Has he got anything else to get him away? He's trying to head back, but the slow's there from Kuro. Mike controlling with the punches, but Nigma, they'll step back. Alliance, they've got the full 5-man up. Nico Baby tries with the lead in onto Kuro. A lovely 3-man stun lined up there by Hansken and S4. He's trying to get in on the backlines, but it's so much magical damage. S4 just gets beaten down by Mind Control and RTW. And in Mind Control, he's not done yet. He's up to the high ground. See if they can find more out of this. FNG trying to turn over towards Kuro. Nico Baby in for the big hit. They'll be able to bring down Kuro, but look at this. That's just the speed that Nico Baby falls into the damage of RTW. He's got Reincarnate back up, so he's ready for a second round. Mind Control holding back S4 with the stomp of Mind Control. He's ready to jump straight over towards Limp. Limp, he's got Burrow Strike up. He's out to the side, but RTW is chasing him down. Have they got any detection? Limp's into the trees, in the sandstorm. He's able to get the blink away. Limp will live, but Nico Baby, he's still stuck in the front lines, but he's happily sat next to Miracle. Brings down the storm. That's Miracle and Kuro down for over a minute. Alliance, they're not done with the chase. S4 leading out of the base.
See if they can catch more.
See what they can get here. RTW and GH on the retreat. GH has got a relocate available, but Nico Baby's in with the control. They bring down the IO. As GH is out, that's the 3rd dead on Nigma. And S4, he's continuing to run down RTW, but the BKB and the TP is up. So ILTW makes it away, but Alliance with a ferocious defense.
Oh, and I'm loving the tipping action between Miracle and Limp right now this game. Every time one of them catches the other, they are instantly throwing the tip. And now with this Alliance, they actually can set up for a Roche, and it's got the shard. That's going to be nice if S4 picks it up if you would like to, for that flamethrower, if they want that.
Big fight
coming out, but the sustain, like ILTW is an absolute beast with the Satanic, with all the statusers S2 with the GH IO behind him. It's still a bit of a tough cookie for them to crack, so this is going to be a fortunate thing that they get.
He's called Mind Control off to the side. They're bringing Nico Baby over. They're going to have the burst. They're going to be able to take down Mind Control as well.
Hansken, what a play.
Very, very nicely done here. Alliance, they should have no trouble finishing off this Roshan, which they do need, of course, work from memory. They did have to commit 3 buybacks for that defense. They did still end up losing the mid-rack, so damage still done by Nigma. But Alliance definitely able to show that they can still bring a fight despite being down at the moment.
Still hard fights though, as we know. I mean, Miracle in a couple of these two, like, and especially in that last one, he actually just zipped to his death using his whole mana pool. Miracle definitely has to be a little bit more careful. He has 5 deaths now to his name. Still, fights are hard. This gyrocopter is still a tough cookie for them to crack. They're killing almost everybody else, but ILTW is still such a beast.
For sure. And Nigma's going to be sure to bring the action immediately as soon as they're all back up. As they're going to say, you know, you can hold your base with the buybacks. Now you've not got them. You know, is the Aegis and Cheese going to be enough to allow Alliance to do what they just did again?
I don't know if they have this damage for ILTW. Like the physical damage is just not really there. They've got all this magic, but we see how much he's able to just lifesteal through. And Nico Baby, I think he's realizing that too. I just saw this queued up. He's got the rapier queued.
Oh,
so maybe really feeling that pressure for himself too.
That's what we want to see. And with that rapier, he will be able to follow up on the stuns and will have close to the damage required to take down even the tankier targets like ILTW throughout the duration of the stuns, especially if they can get someone else on top of GH. GH's positioning meaning everything here. The relocate saves could come in huge.
Smoke on smoke action.
So he's going to get the jump.
Kuroki trying to get vision of the fight.
They're trying to,
towards it ready.
Nigma's trying to get all the way around to the back lines. They know that Alliance is posturing behind Nico Baby.
Ooh, a courier coming out too.
I don't know. No, they won't want that. I want something a little bigger here. Nico Baby.
They are then.
Nico Baby's going to be able to turn and get the stun off onto Kuro. Kiss is already coming in from the side. As Nigma are able to get in on this, they're trying to make a run straight over towards FNG, over towards the end of it. Miracle's looking for a target. He's going to be able to find line, but Lim, he was waiting and ready, makes the jump over towards Miracle. GH is coming out with the heals, but it's not enough. Miracle goes down, but they lose both supports for Alliance. FNG buys back immediately, but Hanskin's out of the game. Nico Baby trying to fight back. The jump, Lim, he's in with the burrow strike, the epicenter, but the BKB and the life steals there from ILTW, taking him back up to full HP. Lim's got to run. He's trying to get out of here with the ghost step to Nigma. They'll look over towards S4. FNG back in action. Second life for Nico Baby, ready to go as he crits down another, takes out mind control. GH and RTW, they're coming in with a cleanup. Can they take the rest of them down? Another kill for RTW. S4 trying to get an angle over towards GH, but GH able to dodge the chakra and tethers over towards the wave. RTW pushes back S4 with the rocket barrage. As Limp, he's got a missile heading his way. They just can't quite do anything about the gyro. They've managed to take down 3 again, Alliance. But ILTW just still a target that they're having to almost ignore in these fights.
Miracle just gets completely chain stunned again. GH heals him, but it's really just this gyro. They have to make sure that they kill the Elder Titan too, because if they ignore him, the gyro is just going to kill them all because of that aura. So they're focusing the right targets on Alliance. It's just ILTW is too big right now, especially if they can't take out GH.
Full MKB on ILTW for the next fight as well. So, whereas in that fight, we did see some of the Alliance staying alive as low as they were. Next time around, they're probably going to get pushed over the edge by the damage output of this gyrocopter.
I mean, from S4 in that fight was pretty crazy too. His new flamethrower coming into play with all this magic amp. It hurts whenever he's able to stick on these targets without the BKB. And Miracle he does have to be careful. Like, he's really starting to fall behind now, time and time again. He's got 6 deaths. It's really, like you said, gyro versus the world. And they are still scaling on Alliance, while the Storm is not really scaling that much.
Just some excellent patience from Alliance, always making sure, and normally is Limp really getting that initial burrow strike onto Miracle.
Yep. Hanskin was so quick too. Just they were both like, everyone was on page of who got jumped. Like, the communication from Alliance in that fight must have been so good, because Hanskin gets jumped. Like, this is such a chaotic fight for Alliance, but somehow they make the quick call to just like protect the Lion, protect the 2 supports with that Sand King. Some excellent fights coming out from them still.
Oh, I see some insane CS there by ILTW. 679 at 40 minutes, 825 GPM. Pretty crazy indeed as well. We'll see this last fight again. You know, Nigma trying to get that favorable position on the high ground, and does allow them to just keep RTW in a spot where the Alliance are never really able to get the jump on him. And do make the smart moves.
Just so patient. He's
waiting for Miracle.
Chilling, waiting for Miracle, and bam. Yeah, gets it. And Hanskin's Aeon Disc procs it, like the perfect time for him to get the chain stun too with FNG as well. It's nice. Very nicely done by Alliance.
Yeah, and if anything, Alliance, even though they don't kill the gyro, able to sort of ease in and out one by one to make sure that ILTW himself never could quite finish off some of these kills. You know, Limp able to kite him out. Nico Baby able to come in with a second life and not quite be able to be found immediately.
No, Limp doing God's work, really. The triple stun there at the end, too. Being able to clean up my control. And yeah, it's target priorities, right? They're leaving that gyro so they can kite him around, taking care of that buff up of the Elder Titan in particular and the Storm. So yeah, just still really good fights from Alliance. Just need to solve the gyro problem.
For sure. And I just saw there as well, of course, that last fight was actually done with, RTW, he didn't even have a single component that the MKB picked up. So that was a fight where the gyro was, effectively fighting without 6k gold spent. And now he's got it spent. He did, sure. Now he's not got the boost. Sure.
And he was getting kited already, so maybe this could cause its own problems.
Sure, but yeah. I mean, we'll see. I mean, obviously, it's not they've got to play smart with like the glimmers and such. These flak hits will catch them from a mile off.
Go. And they still got their gem, right? I think FNG somehow recovered it in the end of everything there, so they will at least be able to have some protection and good control, at least with their wards at the moment, as they still do have 3 pretty solid wards out on the map. It's going to give them some good information. While Nigma, they got no wards. They got no info. ILTW, okay, he dropped his treads, his courier coming. I was like, he left his treads, oh no.
And they should potentially have the rapier for the next fight, Nico, baby.
Oh, baby. And he did get a penta edged. So
yeah, that's
a nice big damage increase.
And Relic picked up, so he's committed. He's committed. He's not going to worry about any buyback this game. He knows he has to go full in. Get this rapier done.
Timeless Relic up on the Storm Spirit. Miracle hasn't put it into his bag yet. He has an Illusionist Cape still at the moment. Enigma, they're forcing reaction. Look how quick they kill this building, too.
I mean, yeah, the pressure's on for Nico, baby, to get this item finished up and get back to base. He's about 200 gold short of the rapier. He just needs a camp or so more. And it's going to mean this Rax is probably going to go down without defense. They're waiting until Nico Baby has the rapier. They don't want to try and take any chances without it. So they'll let the bottom Rax go. Nigma able to get another objective. Next time round, though, they'll bring the fight. Rapier done on the Wraith King.
Maybe they can actually focus fire LTW. If they throw absolutely everything onto him with a Wraith King with that 2-second cooldown Mortal Strike.
Yeah, it's going to hurt.
Maybe they'll have enough this time. They're going to smoke. S4 also with a new BKB at the ready.
See what? Oh, if they RTW straying a little bit away from the team. He heads over towards this rune. Can they get the jump hands, Ken? He's got the Hex. They know it's a little too far away. They can't follow up anything else onto that. They know that by the time they did, the rest of Nigma would be there to back RTW up.
They need to do it so perfect if they're going to go for those type of play. It needs to be all 5 heroes at the same time beating on the gyro, and they have to know where the IO is. GH hiding himself on the side.
I mean, they're still looking for this, but now Nigma's a little tighter together. They're right behind IOTW, so it's no longer an easy move to make right now. Nigma's going to expect it if they do.
Miracle has to push out top, though, so he will do that. And let's see if Alliance is able to catch anything, as they are smoked looking for what they can. Shiva's also finished on Limp, so healing reduction now coming into play.
And they'll show, so that, I mean, Nigma's going to be fully aware of this item done on Nico Baby, so they'll be able to take the extra precautions.
Yep. And ILTW, he's got his next item finished up. He can actually consume his Aghanims and start to pick something up. Maybe put his treads back in his bag soon, so he can at least have that extra movement speed for the time being till that next big item.
I mean, we'll see. I mean, I feel like at this stage, he's probably not going to die. He could afford to eat his Aghs and get a rapier himself, right?
Oh, maybe.
Does he need anything else?
The fact that there's no, he could just get Butterfly, and then there's no True Strike.
That's true. There is.
Never gonna kill him. So I think that's probably the best if he wants to go.
Yeah, you're right.
Route.
Actually, but Butterfly would be the sensible rapier. That would be the, that's when we're happy to see. Well, we'll see what route RTW wants to go in that final slot.
Alliance waiting on the high ground.
I mean, they're
waiting for one of these squishy.
Someone's got to make the call. They're going to try.
RTW.
Nico Baby's in. See if they got enough damage to take down RTW. Have they got enough with the rapier? They do. They bring down RTW. Nico Baby ready to charge over towards GH. As S4 and Nico Baby push back the IO. GH will get taken out by S4. Over to the side. Limps in with a jump onto Kuroki. Kuroki, he'll also fall. As Alliance, they make the move. And the rapier pickup is doing it.
And they did it perfect. Just they waited till the perfect opportunity. They waited so long. They waited like 2 minutes to find that opportunity for everyone to get on him. They do it. 3 heroes dead. Scouting out the Roche. We're going to find out in about 5 seconds how long that is. They're going to push their side lanes.
I'll see again. Just this initial move. Big crits coming out. 1,700 on the crit there from Nico Baby each time, every few seconds or so. and it's enough. There's nothing they can do to protect ILTW against that jump. And with the gyro gone, it all falls apart there for Nigma.
It's up to Mind Control now to kind of stall it out. They do still have to be careful, as we did see what he could do before. It's a little bit harder now into Rapier. They're actually going to use one of their buyouts. Miracle, they'll clear the wave. Not going to use the TP.
Okay, Nico Baby did that whole fight with one hand off the keyboard. Very skilled player. 8-3-16, he's doing it. He's keeping it cool, Nico Baby. And he's close to having the upgraded blink as well. Of course, you got a Rapier. You can live this life of luxury where you're not saving for buyback. You're spending up this money. You're going all in.
Damn right. Level 27 now, too. It's Timeless Relic, you know, on Hanskin. I think this is going to be a pretty big one. Just to that little bit of extra control that they're going to get from this. It's going to be pretty huge every time.
Oh, look at this as well. 30 to 30, 45 minutes in, just a 1k gold difference.
Yep. And ILTW, he's queued up his next item, so it's going to be Lincoln. So he wants to protect himself from the initial,
safe.
So he can get BKB.
All right.
That's a good safe move.
Oh,
Kuro.
And they, whoa!
Oh my God.
Wow. I didn't remember Bambi being that brutal.
Mortal Strike.
Yeah. And that Nigma there, without the captain, you know, what do they do now? You know, they're going to get away. I don't think they're going to do anything once they're a man down.
Storm Force, double damage.
It's scary. It really is. There's all this damage and control that Alliance have shown now. Nigma have to give it the respect. So, S4.
Oh, hello, GH.
Sweeping.
Oh,
Yep.
Hey, what's going on here? GH is dead. RTW's going to put the BKB. Nico Baby's going to come in onto a big old splitter. Comes out there. Nico Baby has he got the damage. If the finger helping out, it's not enough. They'll finally take him out. Nico Baby's going to fall the once. It doesn't matter. He's got reincarnate ready to go. Miracle. Ball lightning up to the high ground and away. Limb. He's heading back over. Smoked up with the buyback. Ready to close back in and maybe see if Alliance can turn things around. GH is dead for 90 seconds. And ILTW had to buy back for this fight. So now Nigma are in a situation where they're in the worst position when it comes to buybacks.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And they still haven't been able to even finish up. Now LTW is like, all right, now he's got to go for his own Rapier.
He has to get that Rapier
coming into play like so hard. Like the Shiva's healing reduction was huge in that last fight. Just that little bit of extra where you can see the Wraith King actually able to stand toe to toe versus the gyro. That's everything, and bam, there it is.
There we go. Right, he's got it done.
MKB, how long did he have MKB for? Not very long, is he?
Did he sell?
Now.
He sold his MKB for it.
Sure did.
All right, I mean, he's not going to have any True Strike against what the Radiance missed. I think he's got a BKB, so he's not caring too much about the evasion.
But another Roche.
It is Alliance.
Free blessing for Limp, perhaps.
Who's taking that? It's got to be Limp, right? Or is it? No, Nico Baby. All right.
Grabs it. All right, they want the Wraith.
I like it.
He can save his Rapier then.
Yeah. No, he can. No, he absolutely can. I mean, you said already yourself, right? They don't really have too many stuns, too many TP cancels. The reality of it is, if it is a terrible fight, he's probably going to be able to TP out as the Wraith form, and they might not actually have anything left to stop him from TPing away.
It's definitely a chance.
Oh, he's got a DD rune.
He's got a DD.
Ooh. You better run. You better hide.
S4 nearly having a full Hex as well. Starting to get some big items on top of it all for Alliance. Nigma, they're spooked.
They are. They've got to sit on the high ground here. If they get jumped by this Wraith King, they will crumble.
Miracle's just, he's really been having a rough one. Just it's all this chain stun. He's died so many times. It's given this great window for Alliance to come back in this game so hard that they're now just quite significantly in the lead, even though they have a 2 racks disadvantage. So now the next thing Alliance does have to watch out for is relocate players. I think that's true. But could still try.
They're going to get the jump out. You pops the BKB, tries to stand his ground against Nico Baby. Nico Baby coming in with the BKB as well. Miracle is trying to focus down S4, but S4's able to get the heal off. Back up to full HP. Kuro, he's going to get left outside of the base. They're trying to get him back to safety. A big deep timber chain from S4 comes out as he moves straight up into the base. They jump forward. Mind Control turns over towards Limp. Limp keeping himself alive with the ult. Can he get out in time? Limp still alive, but the impetus will find him. They bring down Limp the once. Nico Baby getting beaten down by Mind Controls. The reincarnation will be popped. But ILTW, he's dead. He's out. He's gone for 2 minutes. Nigma just down to the last 3 to hold this as Nico Baby, he's dual wielding.
Oh my God. And I think they can just keep going. They should know that there's no No
There's no
response
buy-
for
they
Nigma.
know-
They should just be able to go in.
They know there's no buyback on the gyro. No buyback because of the timing. They saw him do it before. They know he's not going to have it for a good amount of time.
They're going to pause.
Oh.
What's going on here?
Translate. What does that mean?
I don't know. 1 second, maybe?
1 second? Okay, yeah, probably. 1 second. Or maybe 1 minute. We'll see. Maybe 1 hour. Maybe 1 day. Or maybe 1 year. We don't know.
Well, they don't need that much time here. As they've got a big window here now to.
I mean, we'll see this
end it
again.
through. That
What?
damage is just insane. And the relocate actually puts the gyro into a rough position. Miracle can't quite finish off S4. I think that's the biggest thing to see. The splitter comes right after he gets the cheese off, so he's able to full heal, and then they have to just reset. And GH, we're watching this relocate.
Sure.
He brings ILTW back outside.
All right, we're back in action.
All right, we're back.
Miracle's trying to clear out the mid. Did he get all the creeps? He did, right?
He did, but they can go through backdoor.
Oh, they do. Oh, goodness, they're on a Microtron. Microtron's got to run. They'll be able to stay with the relocate. Miracle in and out again. Trying to slow down the push. They get the range racks. Backdoor protection has kicked in. But you're right, with this double rapier, that's a lot of damage from the Wraith King. And the creeps, they're coming in. Still going to be a full minute, no gyro for the defense.
And S4 starts to burn the bottom tower as well. They glyph the wave to make sure Miracle can't actually cut it.
That's one center. They've got the jump on Miracle. It miscalculated. It didn't have enough mana to get back home. Miracle's dead.
That's game.
He's got a buyback. And they're going to try their best to continue to defend here, but the tier 4s are starting to go down. He gets the jump over towards FNG. FNG, he is going to die. Oh, maybe not. FNG, he's out. He got the blink off. Is he away? Oh, no, sorry, it's the Wraith form. The Wraith form, it doesn't matter, though. He's still able to help the team continue to push on. The tier 4s are falling. They're onto the Ancient here. Nico Baby's looking to close the game. Microjole's trying to push him off it, but the damage is too high. Nico Baby will look to pick up more kills on the way. Turns over towards Microjole. He turns back towards the throne. Gets EG is called as Alliance will take game 1.
And what a beastly call to go for this rapier. It pays off. Look at Nico Baby. He's not
he
ready.
knows. He's
how
like,
good he
yeah.
did. He knows how good that choice was. That was a sick game. That was such a good way that they brought it back, because it was looking quite difficult when these racks are being pushed. They're not going for any of these contests, but it was the right call. Waiting for the rapier, waiting for the perfect opportunity, perfect jumps, getting the chain stun, chain combos. Alliance looking hot and all on the same page.
Yeah,
everyone helping each other out. The buddy system is great.
No, that's just the team, the way they were able to commit
a lot on the line. We keep repeating it. This is Saturday. We save the prime time match for this day. This time
for 11 p.m. on the Saturday.
I know none of you have anything better to do. It's quarantine.
I'm having to drink coffee, guys. I'm not going to go to bed anymore.
And keep in mind the stakes. It's not just about getting to the major. It's about how many points do you get from the league.
Yes.
Europe, let's be honest, they shit the bed at the major. Nobody's got points but Secret. Both of these teams, in order to qualify directly to TI, need to be top 2 in this league and quite possibly also top 8, top 6, top 4 at the major. And you could even feel it. Even 2 racks down, Alliance, they play for their win condition. They get the Rapier on Nico Baby, and they continue playing to win the game. Me and T were talking.
We were talking some shop.
Lack of evasion on the gyro may have played a role. The Rapier doesn't give true strike.
Oh, no, it doesn't, Carl.
Indeed, and a butterfly was lacking on the gyro.
I just love the fact that, you know, obviously it's not last patch, it's been several patches ago. I just love the addition of the blinks. You know, no one really talks
Upgraded
about
blinks.
Of all the 3 different blinks.
Yeah. Like we never people never truly talk about them.
You want to have? Oh, hey, you know what you should do? You should do a soapbox
about
on the blinks. There you go.
Maybe.
Or you make tea and do then things. We've been
there's so
brainstorming
many
segments,
options.
guys. We're good.
Okay, so Alliance, you know, they're going back to the tried and tested.
Ah, man, I would be so afraid. I'm sure that Alliance, like Secret, has been playing a little bit against VP. And let's be real, Virtus Pro are picking Timbersaw whenever it's available. I don't really see a problem with it. And traditionally, if you look at patches where Timberstraw,
Timberstraw, it's the new surprise for the DPC cosmetic. It's a straw.
Timberstraw.
When Timber is strong, going back even to TI6, they just first pick it for Moo.
It's good.
16 games in a row, they win.
In the game that OG played against Alliance, the second game of that series, Alliance also opened with Snap Timber. They will first phase pick it every time unless it is banned, I believe.
And what was it that they considered? See, I just can't. I know Puck is a crazy solid hero, but I would be hesitant banning it against Alliance. I'd be more afraid.
I think the key thing that we have to mention here simply is the first game was a game where Nigma was in control. They had the 2 racks, they had the 10-12k advantage, and it was the Rapier purchase, that mid to late game decision making of Alliance that gave them the win. But I think in terms of like the pacing of the game, Nigma shouldn't really change up shop, and Alliance, they might need to tweak a couple of things to have more impact in that early aggression.
Yeah.
When they are taking those 20-minute fights, they need to be able to have some rebuttal, and then they're not going to be playing for the big comeback. Like, it wasn't a massive comeback, but in theory, actually, you know what? It was a big comeback. There were 2 racks down.
I want to see an AA or Necro from Nigma. I want a actual Timbersaw counter. It doesn't feel like there are too many of them. Another one I preach about is Shadow Fiend. Death Prophet, fallen off the planet. Not sure why. We discussed the Crypt Swarm mana cost being significantly reduced at level 4 from 165 to 125, yet unpicked as a core in most of the games we've seen in the Western European division. But this is the key phase. A lot of bonus time being spent by Nigma trying to think. Alliance, I think, probably one of the better teams to prep for, in a sense that they have a diverse hero pool, but they follow the same archetypes, right?
Oh, yeah. Their draft pretty much, it always feels like S4 +1, support's picked early. Nika Baby kind of gets some type of priority, normally last pick around the area, unless it's like a glaringly obvious, okay, we got to pick Void or Wraith King here. But yeah, they are one of the more understood teams, but again, they play their team fight so well, they can kind of get through drafts being a little bit more predictable.
Yep.
Well, it will be the Wraith King. Some respect shown to Nico Baby's performance previous game.
Yeah, the key thing here is Nigma, they're just taking away heroes that when you run as 5 at them, these are carries that can survive that initial jump and then turn it back around on you.
Yeah. One hero that is still in the pool that we talked about quite a bit today. We haven't seen, though, Faces Void.
That hero,
I think that's banned.
Nigma has to ban it.
Last ban. Yeah.
Especially when you have a hero like Oracle, which is, I have to save. Sure, of course, we can't crow anyone because Oracle's in the picture, but with Timbersaw, he's one of the best heroes that gives free vision in regards to walking around the fight. Eventually, Oracle will pop his head out and then bam, Chrono, he's dead.
It's the damage too. And I think Wraith King sets up for it in the same way, where you land the stun and then there's S4 for a full combo, and it's just a absurd amount of pure damage stacked on top of a Wraith King crit. Troll from Alliance to ban, that makes sense.
What other than the Faceless Void would you ban out here? Because is the Jugger still a problem?
Life Stealer.
Life Stealer or Jugger?
Yeah.
Or Void? I mean, pick your poison at this point.
I'd say Jugger.
Oh, they banned Slark.
Okay.
I guess extra strong against the...
Okay, alright.
Okay, yeah.
Because of course, Void against Timbersaw is very good in the dilation.
And this is, in a way, what you ban Slark because while previously Void was like the counter to Slark, Slark now with the pounce disabling leap has a much better matchup, and this answers the Jug and the Life Stealer. You can't really play either into Void and expect a successful late game.
I will say the concern though for Nigma is they now have a Void and an Oracle that can't really lane into Timbersaw that well.
Worked for Wings. Game 1 or Game 2 of the TI Finals, if I'm not mistaken.
A lot of things have changed, Kyle.
I don't know.
The heroes actually, those heroes are kind of the same.
Student of history.
TI6 was 5 years ago. You old yet?
No. Oh, Jesus.
Many things, but okay. Fundamentally, though, Oracle doesn't do anything to Timber. Maybe level 1 can be tickling.
Actually,
bashes and maybe a javelin build could do something.
Moo has griped about that to me because
there we go.
He would have been fine in that lane, but Shadow bashed him twice in a row. Like literally got a hit, bash, and he died. Otherwise, you're right, he would probably be just fine. They go for a Nyx.
Wow.
Okay.
Preventing the storm pick, perhaps?
I guess. That's I mean, it's always nice. Timber, no disables. Nyx, a whole bunch of disables.
Yeah, this feels just like a drafting thing. You know, like Nigma have taken the Void away from Alliance, and then again, Alliance. I feel like Nigma would happily thrive on picking a Nyx themselves. You're playing into the Timbersaw, you're playing into the Snapfire. This just feels like a block pick, if anything. 2 block picks in a row, and now Nigma just go for the Tusk itself. Like,
yeah. Well, hey, this is going to be the game where I don't want to say we see whether or not this roster shuffle for Kuro and the lads is a good decision, but this is what you've put Miracle on mid for. You have Void as your carry, Centaur offlane. You need damage.
Yeah.
You have overall last pick. A Nyx makes it difficult, but the whole, if you ignore Alliance's heroes,
we're banning him.
What do you think?
Right?
Exactly.
Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah,
like, I can see some cool Cataclysm.
Some wombo and some combo.
But like that's what I feel like we've been missing.
You know, the nice thing as well about the Nyx pick, it not only blocks Nigma from picking it, but it also all the heroes you want to pick with a Void are the int boys. You know, the big magic dealers. So it also kind of soft covers from the strategy from Nigma. Yeah, the second phase of this draft has actually been pretty exciting.
Now Alliance low on bonus time. Always love a good draft. You know, both around that 30-second mark as we get to the end here.
Yeah, I think. When you get below 30 reserve, actually, I'm not going to meme it. Let's not even try.
We got a PA. Okay. A good answer to the Void. You have to be a little cautious. The Maelstrom build, somewhat effective against the PA because the lightning procs don't miss, but it's also a natural MKB buyer. However, before that comes online, PA does enjoy playing against Void. A couple of crits. That is the burst. And it does seem to be a bit of what Alliance are going for with this Timber pick, is they have this hard lockdown from the Nyx. Previously, it was Limp on the Sand King, and then a carry hero that with a crit and a Timber Chain combination, it's like 3k damage.
We have had multiple Weathermans now, where Purge has identified that like Normal Corrosion doesn't really help too much against the Vanguard. So we'd like to make sure, because Nika Baby is a big fan of going Corrosion and fighting.
Every game.
I'd like to see that maybe be changed up, especially into a Vanguard Centaur. Maybe if he buys it before Vanguard and he has like a good timing to oppression, maybe. But yeah, I'd like to see the PA go a bit more greedy in the game and try and get himself into the game as quick as possible. Looking more towards the jungle than for kills.
Okay, so accelerate his farm versus look for kills.
Yeah, exactly that, yeah.
Viper, good ban from Alliance. I think Kuro has a good read. Just remove Limp's heroes. No stuns.
All right, this is it. Is Invoker getting banned?
Well, Sand King is also still in the pool. How did we think about that Sand King performance anyway? Because I know you guys weren't really that sold. Obviously, he won the game.
I mean,
he did better than expected.
They laid their stuns beautifully. But that game was more about the camaraderie of Alliance coming into play and the identifying the win condition when behind, rather than the haha they're drafting this and that. I think it was just kind of in the moment the beauty of the Dota.
Yeah, I think I was gonna say Invoker. Maybe that's more of a Miracle special, but Alliance's draft deals with that quite well. A Death Prophet you have some serious issues with because there's an Oracle and a Tusk behind it. So double save.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Plus the silence is super strong.
We're going
against
for a
like
fan vote here, Carl. The Invoker's a fan vote. Everyone wants to see Miracle Invoker. That's why we're hoping to push it into, you know, Nigma, pick Invoker.
Yeah.
But then Viper
We
DP,
think it
very
hard
strong.
enough.
Exactly.
It's just, I mean, the draft screams for an Invoker.
Chat screams for an Invoker too.
I would love Alliance though.
Okay.
Kyle?
Shadow Fiend. I guess, look, at the
Can
end
we
of the day,
see the Alliance pick
we
first,
want,
Chief?
we look at the roster change, we think this is so that Miracle can be on the win condition,
Remaining.
not support the win condition. So,
Yeah.
SF Invoker, TA, not really a Dota hero.
Radiant.
Literally any of the cool mids. And then Alliance go for the Storm stuff. All right. SF looks a bit cooler. Invoker.
I dig an SF. Or the Arcane Blade Fuels BKB.
Yeah, it vibes.
They did it.
Oh,
They did it.
All right.
Oh, it's going to be fun.
This is it.
Already
So,
bad. I don't know.
Is this
a lot on the line.
This is your entire pride and everything, you know? If you're returned to the mid lane on your Invoker and you lose.
This is what fans of Nigma have been asking for literally years.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Please, everyone's seen the YouTube videos. That's how Miracle came to the scene. Crazy plays, level 25 Invoker when that used to be the power spike. It's a tough game for him. It's a tough matchup, but this is why you made the change. This is why he's back on mid.
I just like the fact that game 2, both drafts are so nicely rounded out. They've got a little bit of everything. We aren't seeing any big holes in either draft. It's like, oh, they've got this weakness, they got that weakness. I think, again, if you want to try and look at that, Alliance has maybe the better laning phase in offlane, but so does, you know, the both offlanes are going to go well for both teams. So it is about mid.
Yeah,
Anything.
this is to me like this is the prototype of what's made Kuro and the guys successful. Yes, they have inferior matchups, you could say, but they have the ability to outskill. It's a GH Tusk. It's a Miracle Invoker with the Void to set up. Like, they can make some plays and just straight up win fights based on raw skill.
Can we just fast forward like half an hour into this game? Like, we don't need to see the laning phase and the Roshan. We want to see the big
I want
fight.
to see the laning stage. So,
All right.
my word is law here.
All right,
We're going to see the laning stage, and we're going to see our commentary team of Pixel and Fogged.
Thank you very much, Shiva. Yes, game 2 between Alliance and Nigma. And Fogged, what do you reckon about this? We are indeed getting to see the Invoker come through for Nigma to close things up. Is it going to be a good game for it, or do you think Alliance might be able to walk away with a 2-0 here?
He just left the game.
Okay,
he's back.
He's back.
Okay. They got the combo, right? If they can get to that point, sure.
Yeah.
But I like Alliance's chances. They have Nyx versus Invoker. Like, it's never easy. It's always going to be difficult for the Invoker.
Yes.
Your int gain, like, you have the highest, if not I think it's the second highest int gain. I think Pugna's like 4.8 or 5. Invoker has 4.6. Just Nyx mana burning you in the mid game and stuff like that. It's devastating. We'll see what Miracle can do. He's going to go, it looks like Quas Wex, at least to start it off here.
Yeah,
So it looks like he wants to be a little bit more active. I think that actually fits because looking at their actual overall control in the games, like Oracle and Tusk is kind of weak overall. His ILTW is dead.
He's very, 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 very dead.
He went up the hill.
On his own.
He did.
I clearly just didn't expect at all Alliance to be there, but they were. A whole team of them. First blood for Alliance, very easily for him.
All right, FNG, maybe they'll get one back. And they give it to Miracle, so he's got a little bit extra to start with. Tangos, not the first blood, but some extra gold at the least.
Yeah. No, I mean, as you said, the Nyx Assassin is going to be an issue for Miracle, and they've got a lot of heroes that are going to get in the face of Miracle, right? This PA Storm down the lines. They are heroes that are going to be able to, that all 3 cores are going to be able to jump on top of Miracle. So it's not going to be an easy game for his Invoker, and a lot of pressure really on the saves. And of course, both supports that he does have behind in this game, Tusk and Oracle, can offer that sort of protection, which he is definitely going to need when Alliance come hunting for him in the mid game.
Yeah, absolutely. The thing is, though, I'm looking at this Void, and I'm looking at the Invoker, and we're seeing the specialty, the amazingness. Where else is the damage coming from in that chrono? If there's no Invoker there,
sure, it's all Miracle.
Like, no damage. It has to be Miracle to do it. So if he does get taken out at the start of the fights, it could go pretty one-sided. Alliance could just dominate it. So we'll see how it all ends up after these lanes and see how this Timbersaw is able to do. This game, it feels like S4 is going to have.
Oh, look at this mid.
Freebie.
As TP over from GH nice and early. They're looking to try and do something about Limp, but they're not going to be able to do so. As, yeah, that's an aggressive TP there. GH just TPing out straight away. Level 1, of course, nothing else to offer to catch Limp. So Limp's able to walk
very
away.
Early. Like, he's done this, I've seen so many times now, just TPing to help out Miracle. Usually it's around like the level 2, and 2 of the times was an IO. But that's, I mean, it's less than, like, it's not even a minute and a half in, and he tries to help out mid. Okay.
He's going to make his way back up to top. Try and help put some pressure onto Nico Baby safely.
He's got to stay up here. That's the thing about GH. Like, he moved mid. Now his TP won't be available for the next type of move. And he does have to help mind control. Like, this PA, as well as this Snapfire, the Orb of Venom, and then the Blightstone on the other hand. You know, Centaur not really, he's tanky in HP, but his armor is a bit low. Even with the Ring of Protection, he's at this 4. So one of the lower. They do need GH up there.
And then down on the bottom lane, RTW, S4. We're seeing any of these cores going to have a tough time down here?
I don't think the cores are at all. I think maybe Kuroki could have some problems if he steps up too far. S4 though, I think this is very free for Timber. The last time he was very zoned. He was versus IO Gyro, heavy damage.
Oh,
There's
Kuro.
not a lot of damage coming between these two. It's Kuro. Huntskin just gets him by himself.
He's able to just walk him down a second round of the Impale and he's gone.
And they did get the side pull off. I think they denied 2 of the creeps or so, maybe 1.5. And LTW will be able to get that range creep. So LTW should be able to get his farm down here, as long as he does have the Oracle behind him for the most part. But there is some harassment that this Timbersaw and Nyx lane can actually do to avoid too, since he does have the Orb of Venom on the Timber.
We'll see top, GH and mind control. They're running down FNG. They're gonna have him here, FNG. Oh, the salve! It's a little bit of an attempt to stay alive, but salve will be put to waste as they trap him in the shards.
And PA is still free farming. Nico Baby has the entire creep wave under the tower. Not going to miss a single one, it looks like. So it did pull them all the way out of the lane to be able to go for that kill. And GH again, he's swinging toward mid. At least this looks like to grab a bounty rune this time, but he could look to make moves. He could still be looking to make those pressure plays onto the Storm, since it is the Invoker cost Wex. Storm not still 6. They could look to get a kill and enable Miracle and give him an earn charge. That would actually be pretty nice if they can.
Absolutely, yeah. If they can set up, we'll see how quick Alliance will be on TPs if Nigma do try and make a play onto Limp.
Watch FNG, what people... this is a note for the 5 positions, guys. Look at him walking to his lane. Saving his TP in case anything happens. Very important, because there's nothing that... He doesn't need to be back top. Nico Baby's not getting pressured, so saving TP, very important as your 5 positions.
The bottom lane, Kuro. With the stick charges, and it will be fine here this time round, but still having to play very careful on this Oracle as Alliance keep running him out of the lane.
He's securing. LTW is still getting all that secured for him. So, even though Kuro is getting hunted, it's going well for the Void.
And CS across the map, I mean, everyone's doing all right. I mean, a little bit of a lead here in the mid. Well, even though sure he's up on the CS, but Miracle's actually got more denies. So all in all, rather close on the mid lane as well.
Yeah. Mind control having to jungle, though, is definitely a concern. They've completely ditched the top lane. He actually steals the small camp from his Invoker. Invoker doesn't farm it anyway. He's not like a Storm or a Kunk or anything like that, so it's not too bad taking it away, but is moved out of the lane for the time being with GH leaving that. So Nico Baby is going to have absolute free farm compared to the Void, who is getting pressured a tiny bit.
That's right.
You have to feel good if you're Alliance.
Oh, for sure. That's just going to give Nico Baby a good path to first quick major item mid lane. Burning the mana of Limp.
And what's FNG up to? Looks like he's just starting to get some wards down, at least a sentry. Just checking if there was one in the area here. Doesn't actually put down his ward. He's just gonna get a lane ward. I thought he was gonna scout the triangle area to watch in case the Centaur does go back there, but nope, just gonna get a lane one in my control. He'll cut the wave to secure his Vanguard. He doesn't want to die in the lane from the little Shredder and that annoying minus armor coming in from the Orb of Corrosion, but he might actually get caught here.
I mean, they're gonna try and punish him.
Kill.
He's going for the TP out. Oh no!
No.
Cookie straight over him.
He could have cookied Nico maybe too if they don't.
If they'd have been able to coordinate. Sure, they only just got vision, so it's very much a case of he may just be about to finish the TP. So FNG, he just goes for it, hoping that maybe the radius would catch him, but Ends up just leaping right over him.
And now he's got Vanguard. So now he can actually return to the lane a lot safer, not going to be at risk of dying from the crazy chase from PA and Snapfire. Snapfire is making the move. S4 getting close to level 6 down bottom already. ILTW only level 5. There's going to be a tough tower for Nigma to hold on to. They do not have wave clear on anybody in their draft, actually.
See bottom. I've got the opener. He's dead. Very nicely done there from the Shadows coming in Alliance.
And this tower's dead. Just from that. They have no way to be able to... They can't fight down here, and they can't deep push.
Mid,
they don't have a Grimstroke or anything.
He's going for Miracle. Miracle's got backup. GH coming in as well as Kuro. Got the shards out. Limp. He's got enough to jump over these shards if he needs to. In fact, he's happy to turn and punch back into GH.
Radiant structures are fortified.
He used the static. I was like, oh god, he actually used the remnant. He can't zip now, but can't actually chase him. He will get the catapult killed though. He walks up to the high ground, so no pressure from Nigma onto the mid tower.
ILTW, he came back. He did come back down here. Oh, he's going to be fine.
He's very lucky to live.
This is not a place for him to be anymore.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
This is going to be problematic for the early game of Nigma. Like, I don't know how they actually stop the pushes when the Timbersaw just starts cruising through with level 4 reactive armor. They're going to have to bring the fight. They're going to have to bring quite a lot of heroes to actually just stop that, because they don't have wave clear. They have to actually just fight to stop those tower pushes.
Let's see what Nigma can catch down here.
They're going to go for him.
See Hansken. Can he give any sort of safety here? As they're going fully in onto S4. They'll have the burst. They'll bring down S4. They'll actually get the snowball over towards FNG as well. So Nigma, they make the rotation. They'll get 2 kills for it. Kuro's happy. He's the one to get the last hit on the both of them.
Tag team, always a blessing. Just enough damage to take him out. And now LTW can actually farm the lane a little bit better, as they are able to make that nice aggressive move. Miracle also with this urn, getting a little more active.
Trying to lead in on mid, but Hansken is around.
Hansken?
We'll trap him.
Also might be in trouble.
Oh, he's looking pretty dead. As Nigma, they're getting action going. They're getting these kills. Of course, overall, their alliance, they do have their 3 cores at the top, and Nico, baby, this PA has continued to have complete free farm here in the opening 8 minutes. No attention yet to be brought towards this top lane.
No, and this Centaur, sure, he's got Vanguard, but still, the armor is something that's going to be one thing that we look at. Sure, he's got the 6, but with the little Shredder plus Medallion, he's going to be at -11 very quickly, plus the Orb of Corrosion, he's even more. He does have to be quite cautious up here with Stampede on cooldown.
We'll see mid. RGW.
He's making the hit.
At the same time, they're making the moves around mid lane. Mind control will go down top. I'll see if Nigma's able to do something with this around the mid. So RTW is looking for the setup. He has a chrono. Isn't going to really want to use it just for Hansken alone. And actually, Hansken actually juking around the trees as they can't really get a clear angle in onto him. As he's actually going to be able to walk away despite being surrounded pretty much by the 4 members of Nigma.
Oh, that was so nice. S4, he's trying to get an angle to be able to approach back in. He's got the hood, a lot tankier now, and he should be able to stop this tower push. And we'll see what Limp does with his time, as he does see this bounty rune up on the high ground. Doesn't look to want to go into there, as Nigma's starting to chase him.
I mean, this is sort of time spent where Nigma's running around the map. RTW was sort of away from hitting the creeps. GH and Miracle, they will get the setup onto FNG. With the cold snap, he has no escape. So Nigma, and this active group that they've got roaming around the map is getting these pickoffs. It's not slowing down the cause of Alliance.
No, it's not. And I mean, Timbersaw now has his new home. He's going to take over the mid lane, stop any pushes coming on there. Kuroki, he's getting his levels bottom. And Limp still just continuing to get all this farming. See if he gets ruined.
RTW, he's going to see an opportunity to just jump in, drop the chrono to Limp, but they haven't got enough damage. Limp's away. He's able to get out of there. And now Alliance taking a turn and try and fight back. Snowball will give some safety for RTW. They pop the Stampede as well to get them out. But they're chasing over to Miracle. As they've got the detection, Dust is out. They're in with the dagger. Miracle, he's popping the stick charges. He's trying to run, and he can't get away from this as they'll kill off Miracle. Nico Baby's able to pick up the kill. He's the one to take it.
And you definitely tip him if you're Limp. You know, they've been tipping each other back and forth. The last game, he tornadoed him during the chrono. He literally stopped so much damage going on to the Storm. Like, if he just does EMP and then tornadoes the last hit, it's a secured kill, but that's a big mistake from Miracle.
Absolutely. If RTW is able to get one more hit in, that's all that was needed. That was a guaranteed kill, but it wasn't the case. And Alliance able to turn it around and end the whole scenario with them being the ones to take down the enemy mid laner.
And Chronosphere has a very long cooldown. It's got 100 seconds left on it. It's going to be tough for them to make moves, but they're going to continue. S4, they're going to poke him. Starting to hurt.
Let's see if they got enough damage. Tornado. He's going to be okay. Stick charge and a Timber Chain out. He is away. That's going to continue to be the case for most of this early game, it feels like. This is definitely one of those games that at this point, 11 minutes in, damage to kill the Timber, it's going to be hard to find it. They're going to have to throw every single ability they have in the book on him.
Yeah, they're going to need the Vessel. And Miracle is at least close to that. So that will at least open up the opportunities. Because without that, I mean, their damage is really going to be limited quite a lot across the board from Nigma. Just with the way that they have set themselves up and the way this early game has gone. Hanskin.
Scouting things out.
He sees Miracle.
He's going to set up on this. Gets the hit, gets the stun. They're in as well. The Kiss is coming in for the side. Miracle's dead. Another move where Alliance are able to deal with the Invoker, and Limpy's looking for more. Sets up straight away over towards GH. He's given some respect to this position of Mind Control, but S4 is ready to cut him with the Chakram, slowing down Mind Control. So they can continue to chase on to this. S4 will keep playing around with Mind Control, but Mind Control is very beefy with the Vanguard and the Cloak. So he'll be fine. But again,
look at the PA, like Miko baby.
I mean,
almost is going to have Deso finished up. The Void is starting to really fall behind.
This is going to be hard. I mean, Nico baby does not rely on any sort of long cooldowns at all to be highly destructive in these fights. As you say, you know, for RTW, it's all about the Chronos.
Yep. And it's a good overall matchup for the PA.
It's a good game.
Versus a Void. Like, sure, your Maelstrom and stuff will be annoying when those procs will come out. Because of that True Strike it does give when the procs do happen, but besides that, like, damage is going to be pretty limited for him.
And Miracle's got to be a little more careful. Last 2 times, dying 2 times in a row. He has got backup to keep him safe, but if he ends up being too far forward, as we said off the draft, Alliance have so many ways to jump this Invoker and catch him by surprise.
And it's always going to be hard. Like, playing into Nyx is just always going to make the game naturally more difficult for the Invoker. You're just always going to get caught. You're so fragile if you do get jumped up. He's got Vessel. He needs to get a charge now for them to have any chances for them to kill that Timber if he's not completely alone. Because S4 just keeps tanking up more and more. And because of that, like, PA and Storm just free farming during all this. This feels really good if you're an Alliance fan. As Mind Control, he's got Blink. Okay, let's see what Nigma's able to do with this. Blink, they've got the Spirit Vessel, Chronos back up. This is their time to strike.
There we have it. Time round. RTW is going to be hoping there's no tornadoes coming in on his Chrono this time.
Yeah.
It's not the combo.
He's scouting the whole area, getting a ward down to protect his Storm, because Limp, he's playing pretty far up in a pretty dangerous position, what normally would be. But because of Hanskin swooping over, getting ward, not as dangerous. And they're actually going to avoid the entire smoke of
they're not finding anything down here.
Good read of the map from Alliance, playing on this whole left side together around that Nyx assassin, which gave him info. And that's going to be pretty much the Orchid down now for Limp. So he's going to be able to pick and choose the targets he goes for. And all of them are quite susceptible to this, except for the Centaur.
I mean, Limp and Nico, baby, are just... I mean, why not? They've got the minus armor.
Uh-oh.
I mean, Nigma's not going to expect this at all. This is one of those timings that they're just not going to be ready for. Alliance, so you're half HP. And
I want to see FNG doing a little bit more maximizing with this Shredder. He's burning the whole charges rather than staggering that minus armor. So it makes it a little bit slower, but they're still going to get away with it.
It's going to be so quick. They're smoking up again, Nigma, to try and make it over here. See, just try and find out what Alliance is doing. It's not going to be.
Baby.
Oh my god! Ooh, if that
was a bash, he's dead.
If that hit and was a bash, he was absolutely dead. Living on the edge there, Nico.
It's definitely a little scary there as the Orchid comes.
It's calculated. He was like, well, if we run the calculations, this will be a miss.
It actually didn't bash like 7 hits in a row.
It was coming up.
Got bashed. It was close. This is a huge spike now for Alliance. They're going to feel really strong in these next few fights. Just have to watch out for that Mind Control Blink Dagger. As there's still, like we said, no Vessel charges still for Miracle. Hasn't found a kill yet since he's picked it up.
I mean, yeah, they're looking for action, Nigma. Really want it. So Alliance just not being caught out.
No, it's like they don't want to go for S4 until they have that Vessel charge either, because they'll just get turned on. All of Alliance is waiting at the wings. if they do go on this Timber Saw. FNG ready with kisses. He's going to get a ward down too to get some info.
Oh, they're going to try for the jump on S4. But Limp's in with the counterplay. Zips straight away over to the backline. Stampy's pop Nigma. They're having to run. They don't know where to go. They don't know what to do. They're having to get back, but the kisses, they continue to get laid down onto GH. Nico Baby jumps in, takes down GH. They're going to be able to bring down RTW as well. They're not done yet, Alliance. Limp trying to head up to the high ground. Miracle's away with the Ghost Walk. But you saw it there. As soon as the move was made onto S4, it fell apart so quickly. Limp zips across over to the back lines, and suddenly Nigma, they're having to scatter. They're popping the Stampede. They're having to get out. There's no fight to be had as soon as Alliance knows exactly where they all are.
I mean, they're lucky even too to get out. Just Stampede actually saves like everybody's life. Otherwise, they might lose 3-4 heroes just because of that chase forward. Great bait. Alliance just... They're reading the map so perfectly this game. Just everyone's sitting behind the timber, knowing that they can't actually kill him. They immediately get the jump and a great ward. FNG wards right before the fight starts. He sees everything. That allows Limp to go for that backline instantly.
See Nico Baby there with a
little clenching for a second. And we just keep watching. Look at Void and Invoker's net worth during all this downtime. You know, they're all about fighting, trying to win a fight to get enabled off of it, but it's just not happening.
Look at this mid. He gets anywhere closer to this side of the lane, he would be in a lot of trouble, Miracle, but he won't. He's away at this point where he's close to the Midas recipe gold.
And you can understand why. He goes for Midas, of course.
Oh, absolutely.
He needs Exort. He needs to max Exort this game for them to have damage for Cataclysm, so he's going to need a long time of farm for them to have that. As Alliance, they're going to have a huge window in like the next 10 plus minutes or so. Miracle.
Ooh. And now he's around. That's going to actually get the catch onto Kuro. I mean, Kuro, that's an easy kill.
Evaporated.
He's got, I mean, GH, he comes in for a punch. That's a bit of a cheeky punch. He's going to die for this one. The kiss is coming in as well. Mind Control's going to look to TP out. If they got the damage to take him out, they don't. So Mind Control will manage to get out of there, but yeah, GH says he wants to take a fight, but he was not ready to take one.
And LTW, he'll TP top, he'll get the deny, but look at Hanskin.
I mean, they're coming across.
Making the move over. They're all rotating over.
He's got to run.
No LTW TP'd. He has to book it.
They might catch him behind the tower if he heads straight down the lane.
They see Mind Control instead.
Mind Control's trying to jump onto S4. They're going to get the zip in. RTW's got to get out to the side. It's going to turn. Tornado's down. They've already managed to bring down Kuroki. RTW is just not really seeing an opportunity to get the chrono out, and he knows that even if he does, is he actually going to have the damage? As they're over to the side, the disarm will push them back. Limp spends some time waiting on the high ground. Nico Baby's still going. Jumps in onto GH. GH goes down. They'll bring down Nico Baby the once. Can they do it again? They have a chrono ready to go, but they're in with the silence. They made the jump onto RTW. RTW is going to get taken out before he can get the spell off at all. As RTW, Miracle, and maybe even Mind Control, they're dying underneath the tier 3s. As Nico Baby's going to be able to get out alive as well. Heads into the trees, TP's out. They're getting these kills up on the high ground, 18 minutes in, underneath tier 3 towers, and Nigma's not able to punish it.
They're just crunching through this game. ILTW, I don't even know how many times he stop cancels his chrono there. Like 10 times trying to find an opportunity.
I mean, it's hard.
They're playing it so well. The way that they like danced around it, the way that they were split up perfectly too. And it's just a quick move. They see the Void TP top and the whole entire dynamic, the entire team of Alliance instantly swings over for a battle. They really are understanding how strong they are in the game right now. And Nigma's crumbling quite quickly. This Invoker.
It's hard, yeah.
He still has the Midas queued up. He's probably feeling like he still needs it, but maybe feeling like he just has to rush Ags because he might not have time in the game to just make that Midas and Ags work out.
It's tough. It is very, very hard. I mean, you saw, as you said, no, RTB has the chrono, but he just he can't. He knows if he drops that chrono, there's not going to be any damage. Nobody's going to die.
And then there's 2.5 minutes where he doesn't have chrono for Alliance to just crush the next like overall.
So he's got to be so careful and so sure that when he does drop it, they get at least 1 kill or something out of it.
Yeah, they really don't have the spells to throw in there until Miracle has more levels. He can Alacrity the Void, he can throw an EMP, but besides that, the rest of the team, it's an Oracle throwing a Purifying Flames in there. That's pretty much it. So it's gonna take time, and Alliance 5k gold lead, pumping out the items.
He's got that Midas.
Solar Crest too. He's got the Midas.
Needs time. Needs time now.
See.
Get him the tomes as well. All that XP, you've got to get it on Miracle. You've got to get him those levels. Alliance, I mean, they
still looking for the fight.
They can fight whenever they want. They have
BKB
no reason to hold back.
Full freedom. Mind control.
Oh, and RTW.
Oh, they're just throwing the kisses.
They are. They're going to be able to get in straight away onto RTW. Needs help, and he needs it now. They will be able to remove the silence. The RTW jumps down to the low ground, but Kuro is out. Nico Baby diving in with the BKB. Turning over towards GH and Mike trying to pop the Stampede. GH is going to live here. The dagger, not quite enough damage to kill him off. Kuro's buying back. He knows he has to keep RTW safe, but the room of the sun. False promise comes out in time as Kuro will be able to protect RTW. He's able to turn around, take down Hansken. That's 4. He's on top of the void here. RTW jumps off to the side. It's back up to full HP. Start from Miracle, pushing back Nico Baby. They're moving in onto the PA. RTW jumps up to the high ground. They're focusing down on Nico Baby. The Chrono's out. They catch Nico Baby. They catch S4 as they bring down the PA. They turn towards the Timbersaw. Have they got enough damage for him? S4 getting low. The bashes come in. Miracle picks up the triple kill as Nigma will be able to push back Alliance as a clutch buyback from Kuro allows him to save ILTW and gives him that chance, that opportunity to keep fighting and provide that Chrono to guarantee 2 big core kills.
It was so close to. Limp did the long zip to try to get on top of ILTW, but the false promise comes in.
Yeah.
ILTW able to reset. Great fight. And that's right after Midas is done. Invoker now has Spirit Vessel charges, now has more levels. And perhaps, you know, that early BKB from Nico Baby, maybe he did pop it a bit preemptively. As toward the later stages with that buyback, he doesn't have it, and they can actually get on top of it.
Just amazing buyback from Kuro. That doesn't come in. ILTW absolutely dying to the burst there from Alliance. Nigma get a chance to fight back solidly as well. Back in action though, Limp. He's managed to get the jump over towards Miracle. Stone comes out as well. Nico Baby's in with the dagger. They take out Miracle. They take down GH as well. Now the turnover towards Mind Control. They're able to close the gap with the cookie. Nico Baby's in with the damage. As Alliance, as soon as they get knocked back to the base, they respawn, they get out, and they quickly pick up 3 kills whilst Nigma isn't quite ready for the fight to get brought to them that quickly.
Was that Hansken who first got initiated on, and then he's able to turn it looked like, with his Yules? That was actually pretty sick by the Nyx Assassin. And without Chrono, yeah, they're feeling very confident to be able to take those fights not around a tower, where they actually have this good vision advantage. And it's a tier 2 now claimed for Nico Baby. He is just so rich.
Wow, TW. He's away, he's away. Going for that basher next. Making sure that he gets that jump. I mean, on either the Void or the Invoker, as I say, so much pressure this game really on the supports for Nigma. Kuro and GH have to do everything to save the 2 of them. Save RTW, save Miracle.
Alliance, they smoke under vision. So Nigma, they are completely aware of this one at the moment.
Okay. 30 seconds till Chrono. RTW still leading the charge here.
He has to be careful. He does have Kuro behind.
Going
very far behind. Look at Kuro's positioning. He's in the base because he has to watch out for this Orchid.
RTW. Ooh, stuns off the mark there from Hansken.
Okay, it's kisses.
I mean, they're going to find Kuro. They're in straight away. GH, he's able to come in with a snowball. It's going to give time for Kuro. Kuro's going to live for now. They're heading straight over towards Limp. Kuro protecting himself, backing away. They've got the cold snap, the jump onto S4. They're controlling the Timbersaw, but Nico Baby's able to get in on Kuro. He's been able to crit down the Oracle. The Oracle falls. FNG kicks back, but the Chrono's out. Have they got the damage? The meatball's coming down. They bring down S4. They turn over towards Hanskin. They've taken 2, but Nico Baby's cleaning them up one by one. GH tries to come in to keep RTW safe, but as soon as he's back out of the snowball, Limp and Nico Baby just continue to clean up Nigma.
Nico Baby doesn't get caught in the Chrono. He cleans up the backline while it's all going on. They get a nice Meteor to kill at least the Nyx Assassin, but Nico Baby coming in strong to clean up those kills.
Yeah, this PA just shredding them. And we see at the start of it all, it was a little bit awkward. They just get the clean vision, that avenue to get straight in onto Kuroki. GH gives them a little bit of time, but now the fight just suddenly in a much more awkward position. And as you said, Nico Baby just able to masterfully move target to target on the back lines. ILTW looks towards the big ones at the front, looks towards S4, who's already very low to guarantee the kill. This PA getting all the space to head target to target.
Yeah, he does waste his BKB though. We see Nico Baby pops it at the end, so at least that for Nigma, it's going to be a little bit shorter at the least, but either way, this PA now up to level 18, just like you said, jumping from target to target. If they're solo crested, if they're little shredded, they die in 2 or 3 hits, especially now that we have that 450% crit online. And Kuro, his job is so tough. This poor Oracle is just getting focused by this storm, by this PA so hard. And look at this immediately.
Oh, is that the false promise himself? They wander out in the mid lane. Alliance is there ready to jump straight away. Kuro's going to get back up to the high ground. GH is dying outside of the base. RTW is able to jump away, but there's no false promise to protect him. If they get another stun on him, he's going to go down. Counterplay comes in as they push them back with a meatball. Mind controls in over towards Nico Baby falling down low. He's going to go down. Nigma, they turn, they take down the PA, and now with GH Snowball, they're over towards FNG. They're going to be able to catch the Snapfire as well. See if they can control S4. S4 blocked in by the shards. Buyback coming out from Hansken in an attempt to get out and save S4, but they're in with the jump. The vessel's down. Another timber chain gets him away, but ILTW is going to continue to try and chase Hansken. He's going to have a stun to offer to try and hold them back. Burns the matter of mind control, but S4 still continue to get controlled. Mirrored Limb comes in with a big zip of the snowball over from GH. They're in onto S4. They still can't quite kill him, but S4 still alive. They're in with the Walrus Punch. Finally, they'll bring down the Timber Saw.
Radiant's top tower is
Alliance doesn't respect the high ground. They walk up blindly into
And now
a stun, into
Roshan.
Meteor combo. And now Roche and the Ags is done for Miracle. And he's got max Exort. It's all coming together.
It really is. Just a push that was made a little too quickly there by Alliance. Nigma ready and waiting for the turn, and a fight where Chrono, it wasn't needed. It wasn't there. RTW's now got it back up. They're going to look for some sort of steal. Hanskin, can he come in time? He's going to head in, but the kill's already been taken. They get the edges on RTW. A lot of damage being done by the Kisses, and Nigma are getting brought down low. Hanskin, can he finish anyone off? He can't. They'll lose the Nyx Assassin. FNG's tried to step forward, but now Nigma's going to look to chase him down. The shards blocking him in. Nico Baby, he's jumping in aggressively, but the Chrono's up. RTW's able to catch the two of them as he takes down the Snapfire. They've got the lockdown, the follow-up Hoofstomp, and the snowball straight on to Nico Baby. Nico Baby pots the BKB, jumps over towards Miracle. ITW getting credit, but he's back up to full HP. The bashes come in. Nico Baby jumping to escape, but there's the chase from ILTW as Nico Baby falls. S4 and Lim, they've got to run. They're the last two left alive for Alliance. ILTW being forced forward here with the Stampede. Lim, he's out of mana. He's running out of options to get away as ILTW is in with the follow-up off mind control. Triple kill for ILTW. S4, he's bringing mind control and GH down low. The time dilation comes out though. S4, he's not going to have too much more to throw out, and mind control trying to close the gap, but mind control just continue to tease him. Give RTW the time to bash into S4. S4 with the Essence Ring. He's tanky enough to get away. Nearly gets the Chakram control onto mind control.
Dancing.
They can't quite kill S4, but they kill everybody else. 4 of them dying on Alliance as Nigma straight out of the Roche pit. Yeah, Alliance, they just throw bodies at them. They try and get a fight going around the timing that Nigma kill off the Roshan. They can't quite do it.
Clutch, Cheese, Clutch, Chrono coming into play perfectly. They didn't have in those last fights. As Nico Baby, now this third death. And ILTW is fully enabled. He's got so much gold now. He's almost got the MKB now to be able to fight versus that PA in most scenarios. So he might not even need the Invoker spell.
That's true.
But we do have them.
Oh, FNG!
Fully at the ready. And FNG, he's also found.
Starting to really crumble a little bit here for Alliance. We're seeing just a sort of hero after hero getting lost. They've got to sort of regroup, start to bring back some of the coordinated moves they had earlier in this game, they had in game 1. As Nigma really starting to outplay them in these team fights.
Yeah, and the thing is that Kuroki keeps getting jumped, right? Like, they keep getting on this Oracle, but it doesn't matter. They end up having to use so much mana. They end up having to use majority of that BKB on the PA, too, in a lot of these instances. And Nigma, as a team overall, have somehow brought this one back.
A solid swing there, you can see 7.5k. Back into the realms of Nigma, having the net worth lead.
And now it's just scary. Like the fact that they can just get chronoed. Like 20 seconds, Chrono's going to be back up. If they get like a 2 or 3 hero chrono, the fight's just over instantly. The Cataclysm's going to come in and erase some heroes. And yeah, the fights are just way harder now for Alliance. They still have to do the same type of style where they're jumping these backlines, but into Aegis now for 2 minutes, it's going to give Nigma a lot of time to get this farm and catch back up on all these cores that as they've already done. Just get ahead on these cores even.
Just a few hundred gold for that MKB ILTW. Pushing onto the tier 2 already. 2 minutes of Aegis to play with. And Alliance almost certainly not going to want to take a fight around this tower. They'll let this one go. So Nigma back on track to taking objectives. Us Alliance are now having to be the team that sort of plays on the back foot and wait potentially for Nigma to make some sort of misplay. Well, RTW, he's in and he's out. He's ready to play around now with the shard.
He didn't take the cooldown. He actually took the attack speed. I thought he would because he got the shard, but...
Yeah, I think that...
So damn good.
Yeah, I think the attack speed is just more appealing here, I guess, because of the fact that the only other damage really coming in is the is the Invoker, right? So he knows that there's more emphasis on him to just be able to punch down these heroes and get the damage done in the Chrono.
And he's got double save, right? So he should be protected at some point by the Tusk or Oracle if they're not just straight gone on.
They're going to try and get to the back. Yeah.
Still a minute.
This is... But it is a move that maybe Nigma won't quite expect. Alliance coming in at this sort of timing. Nigma going to... And they've got the high ground here.
On skin. Nico baby.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
Tornado off the mark, but they're still in. He's going to have to put the BKB. GH comes in with a Warriors Punch. Nico Baby's going to try and get the jump over towards Miracle, but the false promise is there from Kuro. Chrono's down. They've caught the two cores. They managed to trap the PA, trap the Storm, but they got the damage. RTW focusing down Nico Baby. He takes down Nico Baby. Limp's getting low. Limp's going to use that last bit of mana to get away, and he will do so. Limp actually able to escape. Sunstrike comes down. Will bring him low, but Limp's still living for now. As they brought RTW down once. And if they can finish up Miracle this time, he's pretty speedy.
Dilation. That little dilation stops S4 spell from coming back.
But they're on to ILTW. He's got another time walk. Alliance still continuing to chase. They have 5 versus the 4. Tornado holds back the 2 of them. ILTW continue to get focused and run down. Nico Baby starting to run out of mana though. The EMP burning him low, so he's not going to have too much more to jump in with. And with that said and done, they'll get the rest of them out of there.
And that's Nico Baby's buyback without getting him almost anything. Actually, anything. He got GH, which is pretty much irrelevant. Now his complete build-up is just stopped, and now this void is surpassed him completely. A small little thing kind of changes things there. Unseen whips the stun up to Miracle, and allows him to, if he survives, he gets face eated. He covers him, he saves him, even though he's getting blasted by Mortimer. This is in Chrono. That's just mitigation.
Just an excellent Chrono from ILTW in a very chaotic position right now. Miracle's getting going on, and bam, lays it down, trapping both Limp and Nico Baby for a good duration.
And Limp tried to predict it too. He tried to like zip to the side as it was happening, but it caught him. And
they're in on him. They're going to drop him, make sure they have that additional damage to bring him down low. He's trying to get away. He's not going to be able to do so. S4 down and out for a minute.
Alliance has lost their complete footing in the game, especially after that Nico Baby buyback. He has to be so careful to not get picked off. And yeah, they lost the entire map control now. As Nigma are able to hit hard even without Chrono in multiple different instances. And now they're just getting so many items. BKB finished on Invoker, so he's safe versus the Knicks. That was a really hard game for Alliance to bring back.
And we'll see. So the difference in progression here between RTW and Nico Baby. Nico Baby, for the most part, he has been holding that lead. These last few minutes, Nigma just being able to pick up the action, get RTW into these scenarios where he's just nailing these Chrono placements. And
it all started off that high ground, you know, just walking up into that high ground a bit blindly into a Meteor Deafening Blast combo. And then the chain kills just continued to happen as Nigma now just sticking together. They're not giving up any of these kills. Like, this Storm and this Nyx Assassin are not going to find any pickoffs. They're ensuring that they sit behind these big cores.
Definitely calming it down quite a bit here, Alliance.
This dilation's just been so problematic for them too. Is my control?
It's a bit of a tease onto Nico Baby, maybe seeing if he can force a BKB out as such. As it is, Nico Baby very scared now. Need to jump back. There's that one wrong move. If Nico Baby dies again whilst buyback's on cooldown, it will at least be potentially a set of racks taken away from them.
He's just going to be a full item behind now at this point because of that dieback, or just because of that buyback and not getting anything out of it. Like, he's got the Basha, which is great. If he had the Satanic, it would feel nice, but even then, like, ILTW is about to finish up Butterfly soon, so it's problematic for him to get these items out fast enough. Enigma, they're looking for the fight. If they catch the Chrono, it's the same thing. Like, Miracle's already got it prepped. He's got the Meteor and the Sunstrike at the ready.
Yeah, they're going to get the jump on him. S4. Then with the Cataclysm to scout out what's out behind him, and S4 just gets destroyed at the start of the fight. That's the Timber Saw gone.
And even FNG, very likely.
Yep, they close the gap. Tornado buys time for Nigma to surround the Snapfire. As another kill for Miracle is picked up. And Alliance just...
That's without Chrono.
Yeah,
that's just a stomp and a stampede. Like, that's the beauty of it. And the thing is, they use Cataclysm, but it's an Arcane Rune, so that's going to be back up pretty soon for the Chronosphere if it does come out. Alliance just... They can't make anything. They can't make any move. Anywhere they show on the map, Nigma is at the ready to go for them. And they're not catching anybody anymore. Nigma's not splitting up.
A very tough spot for Alliance to get themselves out of now.
Is under attack.
As Nigma, yeah, ILTW and Miracle, you know, had a bit of a few deaths here and there in the early game, but his performance has risen straight back up to the caliber that Nigma fans would expect from him. As he's having a perfect game. These last few fights, execution, top tier, 12, 5, and 11.
And his supports, they've really saved the day. Like the Tusk, these little snowballs, these little saves from Kuroki's, it really has saved the day, as it was looking quite disastrous for the majority of that early game.
No, just full belief in their cause, Nigma, with this sort of lineup. GH and Kuro knowing as long as they can save them and keep mainly Miracle and ILTW alive, these two heroes alone can essentially they can just carry the game straight out. A good chrono and a combo in the late game from Miracle will set up every team fight for success if Alliance get caught by the jump.
Yeah, now it feels like Alliance now has to do what Nigma needed to do earlier. They need to actually just catch an isolated target and just start with a number advantage somehow. But it's just so tough when they have Kuroki with Blink Dagger, GH with Blink Dagger playing miles away from the team fight.
Yeah, Butterfly done on ILTW, and as you say, you know.
Whoa.
Oh, he's coming in onto the high ground. He's going to have to back up on the way over, but he's already very, very low.
Oh, the reflected mode.
He's going to dodge some of the Cataclysm. S4 actually still alive. Mind Control's going to run him down with the Stampede, and they will finally bring him down. GH also going out. He's going to buy back straight away. They're going to continue to try and chase on forward Nigma, but Alliance doing a good job of disengaging with their cause. FNG will get left behind in the river. The rest of Alliance are out of there.
Not a bad hit. That was the reveal of the BKB from Miracle that they forced. So they do know now it's down to that 8 seconds.
Oh, it's up.
And
it
they
is.
don't have Timber.
Oh, this is, yeah. I mean, can they try for any sort of steal? I don't think so. Limp's completely out of mana. He's got to go all the way back to the fountain to refuel.
Too fast.
And yeah, it really is just gone in a matter of seconds. As it's all
taking the
theirs.
Who's taking the blessing? Mind Control has it in his inventory.
He does.
He's just chilling with it.
I surely just want to give it to the Void, don't you?
He might feel like Stampede is value. But yeah, I would argue that the Void one would be nice. The Oracle one is actually sick too. Is he actually going to give it to him? He's thinking about it.
He takes it himself. All right.
It's gotten buffed.
Okay. Okay.
So why not?
And so that reduced out is going to be nice against these heroes, you know, like the PA. That for Nico Baby, it's all about what he can do during the BKB. So if the team stampeded for a good portion of the commitment from Nico Baby with the BKB, the fights are suddenly going to get so much harder. Now, harder than they already are. Yeah.
So that's like pretty much the entire BKB duration.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, they get the jump on Miracle, but there's the save. Kuro's in with the jump. False Promise comes out. Miracle ready to turn. Then with the punch up onto Limp. Cataclysm coming down. Limp's able to ball lightning out to the side. Handskin's falling low. S4's having a run as Handskin will get nuked down by the Purifying Flames. S4 also to fall as ILTW bashes him out of the game. And ILTW is not done. Jumping up to the high ground, chasing down FNG. There'll be a buyback from Handskin, but FNG's gone. 2 heroes down on Alliance. No buyback for a minute on both of them.
It's full retreat from Alliance. There's nothing they can do about these big cores now. The Centaur, a bit too tanky. ILTW just leading the charge. He's not invulnerable with this backtrack as well.
Level 25. He is huge. Alliance, they had a solid early game, but yeah, after that one move, it just fell apart completely. Nigma just took full control, and their lineup just really come together. They seem so comfortable with this sort of setup, these sort of saves around ILTW and Miracle, that it's just, you can almost feel it in the last half of this game. Alliance, they just don't know what sort of move to make.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's been like what, since like that 26 or so minute mark.
But what can they do?
Stopping the fights, and they just can't do anything. Like Hanskin is scouting the back lines. They're knowing which heroes to jump, but they can't actually finish them off. At this point now, Nigma's just too farmed. They couldn't let Nigma get to this point in the game. They needed to close it out.
Once the melee rack's gone, nothing that can be done by Alliance. Hanskin. Oh, he's going to go for a poke on Nico, baby. I'm sorry, on ILTW.
He's got the Aegis, ILTW. He's got most of his mana burned out now.
Well, ILTW, he's happy to fight. He's got an Aegis, he's got a cheese. He's like, come at me. I'll take you on.
He's shifting that inventory.
He's more than happy. He could probably take them all on right now. He's feeling very strong. Just keeping all the lanes pushed in. 27k lead, refresher orb done now on Miracle. The combos aplenty are ready.
Comes the big boom. Double BKBs as well. He's just so protected as they find Hanskin. They have a sentry in the area. They'll get a free kill. Well, at least we'll get to see a pretty light show, hopefully, as if a big chrono does come down, as Nigma have completely controlled this one now.
We want to see the double cataclysms.
Yeah, let's get it.
We want to see the combos. I mean, Alliance. Oh, get the jump. Can they take it down once? Oh, they can. I believe that was also the range bash from the dagger there, setting him up to stop him from being able to jump away. So that's the Aegis gone. That's the start for Alliance.
GH.
I got the jump in on him. Oh, Chrono's down. There's the Cataclysm, the double Cataclysm coming out. They don't stand a chance. They don't stand a chance as Nico Baby and FNG just get blown up by the combo. And there it is. GG is called. We got a bit of double Cataclysm to close the game up. As Nigma will take this game 2, we are going to be going to a game 3.
Good. I think it's appropriate after this. I think Alliance, they played this, like the first 20 minutes, honestly, like pretty perfect.
Yeah.
Like, just 2 or 3 slip-ups going into high ground blind. They get kaboomed. Just have to be a little more cautious. When you have this type of comfortable thing,
remaining. Alliances turn to ban. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Alliances turn to ban.
The third and deciding games between Alliance and Team Nigma coming your way here at DreamLeague Season 15, powered by Intel. It's upper division of the Western European DPC League. And so far, Team Alliance is undefeated in series. All their series have gone 3 games, but they have not lost a third game to the series yet. Will Team Nigma make a dent in their squeaky clean record? Or will Alliance just take this one, just like they did all the other ones, with 2 other ones, by the way?
Well, 2 quick points.
Okay.
First off, most of the times when you're working games, you're on Team 2-0. This is one of the few times I can honestly say I am thrilled to see a Game 3. It's late. We just got past midnight. I believe it'll be past 1 a.m. for both the entire squad of Nigma and FNG. And we have our decider. And also, how important this decider is. You know, these teams would be tied in the event Kuro and the boys were to take it.
Yeah.
And I feel if they win this game and this series, that Game 2 will be a defining moment for this stack. It validates the roster change. It brings back some of that miracle magic we got so used to seeing years back. But can they get the decisive Game 3? Alliance immediately deny Centaur because Timber, not banned.
Yep.
Whew, going through again.
Wow.
Yeah, but this time the Centaur coming out means that we'll probably not see it. I mean, I know we saw a Centaur tried out as support, but I did not really like that.
You're very right. The Centaur first pick is just we're playing this before, but no, going on to what Kyle said, the fact that Nigma in the second game was able to have that type of victory, and then they've done it, their first ever game with the stack was the same kind of style comeback in secret. They're now doing it multiple times. It does put a lot of confidence towards Nigma, but then we got to look towards Alliance. In 2 games, they've shown 2 different ways in which they nearly won games, right? Game 1, they're behind 10k, they come back super impressive. Game 2, they have such a commanding lead, but then one big play from Nigma, the game's changed. So yeah, I think both of these teams are playing at a very high caliber.
Ooh,
and I just love like the series meta that kind of comes into play, which is, Void.
Yeah.
We've seen it a couple times before, but now Void just rising.
And it's always
rising
in series with Alliance.
Yeah.
And once again, it's Nigma on second pick, which means we can almost be certain it will be Miracle's hero overall final in the draft.
Okay. This is a classic combo with the old Shadow Demon Centaur. It's a good save against the Void.
They tried this as well when they played against OG, the first game that they played. It didn't work out.
Yeah.
They also had a Centaur Shadow Demon, I think also as opener. They did have an ET5. I don't, like their lineup wasn't even that bad or anything. It just didn't work out.
They've run this combo in time. I think season 1 was the main time that they tried running it. But it's the fact that you have Centaur unlocks a lot of ranged heroes to play, because it's the classic big offlane that is independent. You buy the tanky item, in this case for Centaur it's Vanguard, and your 4 can be anything. You just stop the pool, you can make some stacks, and you open up the game just to be, a nice, good pace.
And the Void matches up against pretty much everything Nico Baby really likes to play, with the exception of Wraith King and Morphling, which I expect we'll see banned out immediately.
Yep. I mean, so far, I think for both first 2 games, obviously a lot of back and fight, a lot of fighting, back and forth, a lot of fighting. I think the key heroes, key players every time have been the position 1. So yeah, just remove all of Nico Baby's comfort heroes. You already got your ILTW hero for Team Nigma.
Yep.
You'd be in a good spot. That being said, there's a lot of Nico Baby heroes.
Indeed. And
now we start banning them. Wraith King was the other option, I think. They're going to have to ban out.
That's gone right here. And I love the force Kuro to draft something else. Like, this guy, he is famous for picking the same thing if he feels like it can beat you. And in this case, Invoker Tusk, you really can't think of heroes that are more synonymous with Miracle and GH.
Out of the 7 games that Team Nigma has played, that's including this series, 5 of those games, GH played Tusk. 2 of them he played IO. That's it.
Yeah. They like to latch on.
They'll have a new hero today.
No, unless I also banned. Oh wow, new hero for GH.
But I feel like when you have Void as your grounding factor of your draft, your 4, again, it can also be anything. You just want a little bit more damage into the Chrono. Against these type of heroes, I think Willow rise up in prominence because you have, movement to be destroyed by the root. You can set up spells on top of the disruption.
It's a really good shard as well, especially the way we've seen Centaurs build with the early Lotus.
Yep.
You drop a Cursed Crown on them. Even if it's removed, it drops Brambles unavoidably outside of them. So really strong at just providing control. The Stampede was a big issue for Alliance in the previous game. I think that's why they've moved it up to first pick priority, because it just landed so many kills. There was that one key moment that helped land the kill on Limp Storm, where the illusion gets Stampede buff, applies the slow, and that allowed the Void to
run on through.
Close.
And there's the Wraith King ban, sure. Okay.
Yeah, Tiny too. You can't forget.
We'd almost forget the Limp Tiny.
You'd be surprised, Chief. A lot of people forget.
I mean, there's a reason it was first phase banned. I guess Alliance first phase banned it once as well.
I just love the fact. Yeah. I love the fact that this pick right now, it will show everything that Nick was trying to plan out. Because like, if it's a ranged 4, expect some melee offlaner. If it's a melee 4, then it's gonna be some obnoxious like ranged offlane for mind control.
Keep in mind that Snapfire could also be played by Miracle.
True.
True. I'd hope not. I don't think that's like the flashy Game 3 vibes we're going to look for.
I agree, but it is obviously an option.
Yeah. It is, for sure. It is. I think if they pick a weak mid lane that can be pressured, then maybe.
You just go for the Earth Spirit. No Tusk. What do we take for GH? We just give the man another kill support, right?
They can.
Big fan of it against the Shadow Demon. It's something EG with PPD used to do all the time, because the Magnetize and the Chrono is a lot of extra damage. You have some hard catch so that you don't need to blow the Chrono initially.
But the key thing here is when Alliance has this Centaur. Okay, let's go for a Sand King. Like this Centaur SD, you need to be able to jump backlines, because Centaur's the one initiating, and it's going to be SD +1, always saving that big win condition. This is all this draft opening from Alliance. It's propping up Nika Baby to be the king of the game.
For sure. And the Sand King's cool because it's in a way it's another band against Limp's hero pool.
Yeah.
It's open. This could be GH. It could be Miracle mid-SK. Yep. But you're limiting Limp's options here.
Can he not just go for Davion?
It's a pretty sick
Dragon Knight.
Yeah. I don't think you take it third, though.
No, I don't think so either. But I don't think Team Nigma is going to, pick it fourth either way. So why not save it for fourth pick for them? Do you think that for Team Nigma, the Darkseer is still very much on the
definitely
on the cards?
That's a really good choice.
I think the only downside to that is they don't have the final pick in second phase, so they're giving away Alliance one more pick. But yeah, for sure, if Alliance are able to, I guess, pick weaker heroes that identify for being a good Darkseer game, then maybe.
Ooh.
All right.
It became a much better Darkseer game.
Yeah, Alliance this game, they have fully accepted to playing out their lanes, accepting a slower chill game, because they're not seeing any pressure from a Void. They're not seeing any big pressure from that Sand King.
Yeah, but I mean...
All right. This is, Sand King off lane, Phoenix 4, Snap 5, with a last pick for Miracle. The recipe for Nigma right now is just...
I think Phoenix is off lane here.
Oh, position 4. Sand King 3, Phoenix 4.
Okay.
I guess
it could be either way.
Sand King's technically flexi. Yeah, that's very true. Sand King's currently like the flexi boy.
Or Snap 2.
Yeah. And the thing is, you'd love to pick...
You keep trying.
If you remove the Void, you'd love to pick a Juggernaut here. But I'm not sure you can get away with it. And Spectre also it doesn't feel great against...
Okay, they still go for it.
It's just tough, though. You don't have the matchup advantage against a Void. You will die in the Chronosphere. There is an SD for save, and it's also pretty nice for the illusions later on.
They actually have kind of like 3 soft cover, or they have 1 hard cover to Chrono, which is the disruption from SD. They have the Golem from Warlock, and then they have the eventual Ag Stampede plus Pipe from Centaur. So they already have kind of 3 heroes to prop up the Juggernaut, and now they need a hero to tank some spells. They need like the Dragon Knight, that frontline guy, the Kunkka, who can just walk up into the fight and go, yo, waste some spells on me. Then we unlock the game.
You've got to figure Nigma are immediately banning DK and Death Prophet, because it's not just the mid-game control. It's the tower pressure. That's what Alliance need
That's
now.
true. Yeah, DK, I think for sure is, like previously mentioned, is I think a top tier ban.
They have almost this exact same lineup was the game against OG, with the DK obviously there too, with the difference being Warlock instead of Elder Titan. But I do think it's going to be hard for them to get that Dragon Knight out again. It's Limp's comfort zone, and you want to try to get him out of his comfort zone.
The thing is, though, like we're talking about DK being this threat, but what happens when DK plays into mid against a Sand King, and now you're playing melee v melee? Sand King's able to get caustic. He's suddenly 2 points caustic, blowing up the wave. DK's not having that free time. Like he can't hit the tower. I can see that. It
becomes a tougher game because Phoenix with the Sunray, we've seen just it's insane amounts of damage. The Snapfire as well, spitting flames. It's just too much magic damage to be completely reliant on a free game for your DK.
I like
the Death Row it's the better ban, really, because that's a hero that has an easier time getting an earlier BKB. You could even potentially go for a hood. The Yols is quite effective, and it would be better in lane.
So would you rather go for the predictability of Alliance going for the DK if you don't ban it?
No, I think for Nigma, like because you have this very cute Sand King flex between mid and off lane, you ban out heroes that can potentially be more open in the game and lane against anything.
I disagree. Limp, don't give Limp one of his best heroes, and the one that Alliance
both things. We're saying the same thing here. We're just
Oh, don't give them DK, even if you have the tools.
Potentially, yeah. I think like the point I'm making is like if there isn't a better ban, then ban DK. But like if there's clearly a better ban that we get to think of.
Is there a better ban?
I'm currently thinking.
All right, Limp so far, other than the DK and the Tiny, he is and the Storm and the Sand King that we saw this series. He's also played Mars this league so far. Didn't work out as intended.
Mars isn't the same. Like you don't get the tower pressure, and you're too reliant on finding kills around the map.
We did see Nigma respecting that ban, respecting that with a ban previous game.
Okay, what are they going to ban out?
They ban out Legion on the side of Alliance, and that indicates that they are still expecting an offlaner to get picked.
But the Storm was the ban previous, so they're keeping it.
Yeah, they're keeping
it's more about matchups. So the LC against the Jug in lane can also remove any Fatal Bonds, can remove the Soul Catcher, and bodies a Jug in a one-on-one scenario. Really easy Blink Blade Mail target.
But it means that they're not worried about the Darkseer.
Seconds remaining.
I don't think
you can't go for it here.
Playing into Warlock Jug, it doesn't feel that great. But I think you can just spin down the lane. Okay, they banned Lina. Nice ban. Obviously, okay.
Lina is a better ban than DK in this case.
Reasoning would just be right-clicks into the Phoenix Egg, and you have wave clear.
Burst for the Void as well, and stronger laner.
We have too focused on the Sand King idea, but there needs to be a hero that counters the Egg right now, because there are no Egg hitters. You can't rely on your position 4 or 5 to be that guy, unless it's a Mirana type hero. We don't have that. So Alliance right now, what they need to do is a hero that can lane into a potential Sand King mid, can be this Egg hitter, because it feels like the story of the second game, which is Nigma might have some potential issues, but it's that eventual big team fight, that big kind of mid to late game pressure where Void, Phoenix, Sand King, these heroes are going to thrive.
But wait, what are we thinking from Miracle? I guess we'll have to wait and see what Alliance go for.
I mean, he could play that Sand King.
Yeah,
sure.
But
he also doesn't know his matchup yet. So he's, Kyle, what did Fear used to tell you?
Yeah.
What did Fear tell you?
I agree. All of the points.
You got 3 seconds.
Oh, they have 1 second, 2 seconds.
Spellcaster would be ideal, but I think they just go DK. And indeed they do. It's just safe. Yeah. You've won 2 consecutive game 3s against top teams in this division.
With the DK.
Stick with the bread and butter until somebody can beat you. And ultimately, Nigma will have damage issues. Void is a low damage carry until much later into the game. If you can deal with the egg, this isn't terrible. Alliance have a lot of strength.
This is the interesting thing. Like, we all knew this DK was coming. So now it's the situation where, what if Sand King's mid and there's like a Slardar off lane? There we go. Yeah, I was going to say just a Slardar off lane.
Yeah, Sand King.
And then you just bully the Juggernaut. You unlock Roshan. And I think the story of this series, or even today up a division, it's been carries who are hard carries, but they get given a free Aegis. Because of some Lil Shredder, because of some Solar Crisp, because of some Slardar, it unlocks the carry to have a great game.
Both Alliance's cores protect their supports, whereas it feels like Nigma's cores, they're reliant on their supports to deal damage. Alliance cores, you're just helping your strength heroes stay alive. I'm concerned about Nigma being able to maintain DPS, because right now, they need Miracle to just go off. He has to win his lane, which, as you said, is favored significantly against the DK. But is that enough? How will they kill towers with this draft?
Yeah, it's all about fighting. This is the beauty of this game and how we built up to a game 3, which is it's all about the team fights once again. Like one team has ultimate team fight, one team has structural pressure, but the team that has team fight can do Roshan. So
final point, just about the series as a whole. It's a statement win for Nigma if they can take it, but don't discredit Alliance. If they win this, that makes a 2-1 victory over Liquid, OG, and Nigma.
They're 3-0 if they win this.
That's an insane run.
Yes, and they face Team Secret on the Wednesday. But if they I would almost say if they 3-0 at the start of this season, they're looking like a lock for top seed because they should, on paper, not lose against anybody else.
But Crow and the boys want to stop them. And
we got a game 3 first, guys. We got a game 3. We've got to get through this game first before we talk about these narratives.
That's true. That is true. The most important thing that I heard from the guys was it's going to come down to these team fights.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we love that. And I know 2 guys that love that as well. It's our commentary duo of OD Pixel and Fogged.
Thank you very much, GBS. The deciding game now between Alliance and Nigma. Fogged, what do you make up of these final drafts that we're seeing from the teams? Are you seeing a sort of upper hand for one of the sides coming out with these lineups, or do you think we're going to get a close one?
It's 2 very different styles, right? One team is just looking for constant battles. Other team is just looking to take the win, take the objectives, rather than taking any actual head-on fights. They just want to be able to get that high tempo and keep pushing it and playing around those cooldowns, just playing fast. And they can do that. I think Nigma is very reliant on cooldowns, and it's actually kind of funny, right? Invoker gets, they first 2 Void, Invoker gets banned in the 3rd, and then they pick 4 team fighters that can throw spells into Chrono since they don't have the Invoker. So overdoing it this time even.
And what's happening there? We're playing on, but they're down in player. Miracle's not connected.
He did the same thing last time.
Oh, he is? Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm not sure. Maybe something's up with his the initial start to the game. But
yeah, they knew it was coming in. They were just microing whilst he was DCing. But yeah, let's see. I mean, I do feel that this is not an easy game for a Juggernaut. Yeah, you got the Bash Bros, right? You got this Void, this Slardar. And I think this Slardar pick makes up for a lot of the things that they're missing. You know, you can't underestimate just the ability for MicroStrategy just to amp up someone in the Chrono. And then suddenly the Void's got that kill potential a lot sooner than he would. You know, it's suddenly he's taking you down an item before he would usually need to do so.
They also just have so many things to throw in this Chrono. Like if this might fight kicks off or something and they're pushing on Alliance and Nigma does have these 6s, there's just so many things they have to be wary of. Snapfire and Mortimer Kisses from a mile away, a Phoenix coming in. They at least do have the ways to kill the egg, right? That Jug, that's the big reason they went for it. And hey, we'll see if it does all end up working out. Because Alliance, I think they want to be trying to get ahead and just staying ahead, just keeping this pressure going. They can't really let up. And we'll see how the lanes end up going. I'm really curious to see how Slardar and Snapfire will do top versus the Jug and the Warlock, because last time I saw Slardar versus Jug, especially with the Snapfire behind, he actually took over the entire game.
For sure. Yeah, I think that this is really going to be a test for Alliance, I think. This is a very scary lineup from Nigma. If they can get anywhere close to the level of the Chronos that RTW was able to pull out in game 2, the team fights are just going to be over. Alliance are going to stand very little chance. They can't afford to make the mistakes that they did last game if they get ahead of Alliance.
Positioning will be absolutely crucial. They get a disruption bottom onto GH. It's going to eat quite a significant amount of damage here. But yeah, we're going to have to watch positioning, Hanskin and the Warlock. The last thing that they do have is excellent counter initiation, right? Like the Chrono does come out. If FNG's in a good spot, if Hanskin's not caught in it either, they can turn a lot of the tides of these fights too, with a quick save or a quick golem just to reset everything.
Yeah, the disruption saves are going to be everything. Without those, pretty much in those big game team fights, the core's going to die inside of the Chrono. So
okay, Hanskin will get himself a nice little career kill, pulling GH completely out of the lane, which means Centaur in a 1v1 versus the Void. Feels pretty good for the Centaur with the Bracer.
We'll see so far. On first wave, nothing too crazy occurring.
Yeah, checking a mid wave too. That Sand King versus melee matchup. Limpy does have that crazy regen as a DK, so it will be a little bit easier, but if he does make a couple of missteps there, that cost can add up. Miracle's even holding the skill point, deciding if he does want to put a secondary.
Yeah, and I think having the Warlock top definitely solves some of the issues the Jug will face in this matchup against those two. You know, it is a lot of damage, but having that super strong sustain in the lane it's going to give the confidence for Nico Baby to be able to get the farm against the two of them.
And they are just going to play it for the farm. I think the last time when I did see that Slardar do so well versus the Jug, it was actually a kill lane that they were going for. It was Grimstroke Jug. They tried to kill the Slardar. They messed up once or twice, and it snowballed out of control. This one, the Warlock's just going to sustain. Jug's going to just go for free farm. So I think we will probably see a different story as Kuroki does get a courier snipe, but FNG does get the lane pulled back a little bit here. But Mind Control looks like he's going to secure the last hit on that Centaur with a Bash primed. Easy.
And Kuro just trying to play around with FNG, but they are getting space for Nico Baby. Nico Baby, again, kind of like what we saw in Game 2. Obviously, Nico Baby had a phenomenal start, and the PA wasn't really pressured at all in the early game.
Yep. Mind Control does have to be a bit cautious of his position too. Sure, there's no stun, but...
GH and Hansken. Hansken, he sees GH as low as he is, but GH with the spirits, and RTW jumping in to claim the kill. They'll get it. First blood for RTW on the safe lane Void.
They were playing their own mini game down bottom actually the entire 3 minutes. GH and Hansken just battling it out between the two of them, but yeah, ILTW. Easy swoop for a first blood. Dream contribution from a carry.
And top lane in a great place for Mind Control. He's going to have it underneath the tower, so easy farm for him to be had.
Look at Miracle. He actually pulls the mid wave to his neutrals and then tries to sandstorm it, but the creeps ignore him because of the sandstorm. I actually missed a couple last hits. Trying to maximize.
I want to say, is this the sort of game where Limp is going to be going for that sort of rush blink so he can be the initiation in these team fights, or what? Yeah, you just do this every time.
Yep, feels really good, and they need. You know, they don't really have the craziest amount of lockdown in their draft. It's Centaur and DK. They have to be getting blink daggers to get those initiations, or counter initiations, of course. Miracle will go for a stack. I think did he actually get the timing? He did not get the timing. It looks like he hadn't.
And we'll see this again on the replay. A lovely, lovely find there. The dream catch there for RTW.
Now GH, though, he may have stepped up too far as the actual game does just get disrupted into a quick stun combo.
Alliance able to hit back on the bottom lane.
Yeah, Limp, although you are in a melee versus melee, DK seems to just fare quite well anyway.
No, for sure. I think there definitely could be a little bit of the Limp factor in that, though. You know,
yes.
it is. Yeah, Limp DK is quite a step above a lot of other mids DKs because of how much Limp has played him and pulled it out on these sort of high stake games.
Whoa. Limp did die to a level 1 Viper one time, but we were talking
oh, yeah, let's not remember that. That was recently as well, wasn't it? Well, yeah, everybody has an off day, you know.
Everyone has a mistake.
Yeah, everyone has one of those days. Yeah.
It happens to all of us. Says Limp, he hits 6. He already has the sentry prepared, so he's going to poke Miracle. Probably force him actually quite far out of the lane. He might get some tower damage, but Miracle, he's trying to stay here. Trying to keep that sandstorm, keeping Limp away from tower. As for, he's got Vanguard, so ILTW tickles him now. So he'll be able to continue farming, and ILTW has been slowed down quite a bit.
Trying to head towards GH. They've got the setup. I mean, with this... Yeah, okay, with the range up, GH won't be burst. He's still got the dive to hold on to. As, well, they
chase.
Yeah, they're going to stampede in for that. S4 just runs him down. As GH... He's able to get a spirit off, but they get the kill. S4 just charging in for it, not letting any escape happen for GH.
And mid Limp actually has pushed Miracle out, so he's trying to rush kill this catapult so that he can get some hits onto the tower, but Miracle makes it back in time, so he won't actually get any structural damage off that one. But the rune, Seal gets it.
Oh.
It's bottom.
It's bottom. Now Miracle.
Shot.
Be able to make it there in time. Heavy damage done into Mind Control. And the overall...
All 3 lanes, though. Alliance.
It is.
Looking great, and that's exactly how their draft wants to play. Get ahead, stay ahead, apply that pressure early on. It's Miracle. He'll be able to take out that siege wave, so no tower damage onto mid with the first DK form.
All about this early game for Alliance. I'm interested to see what sort of build Nico Baby does go for this game. Okay, he's still got the Battle Fury as sort of the one that he wants to go for this game, so it's going to lean more into the farming.
Yeah, that's okay.
Which, I mean, well, okay, RTW wants an easy kill, he'll get it. Chronos dropped down for Hanskin.
Oh, S4 loses his boots. That's actually pretty huge. A minute and a half, no boots on the Centaur. He just got Vanguard. Can't actually use his lead to get anything extra.
Nico baby.
Nico baby.
And he's gonna get the heal. Have they got the damage? Oh, not quite. He's gonna live. He's gonna be fine there. The Shadow Word and the healing ward down. As Nico baby, he'll be able to heal back up to full as he gets away. Only just very, very close there.
You know what he would say? The point in stats saved him. But it was close.
I mean, it was close. It was very, very close.
So ILTW, I think this is like S4 losing boots is pretty huge. Like he can't actually just walk up and just constantly like double-edge spam or like put as much harassment about not having boots since he lost his courier. So ILTW will be able to get some nice solid farm for himself since S4 is actually just going to go hit some ancients in the meantime.
It's just going to be interesting to see, you know, how Alliance do decide to play it around. You know, Nico baby obviously wanting to, you know, still, he's going to need a fair bit of time to farm. They're not going to look to rush anything with a Jug, you know, when he's going for the Battle Fury first. It's just going to sort of be down to the rest of the four of them to make aggressive moves, take objectives, which could be difficult against Nigma's lineup.
I think it could be as
well. Could be hard.
Yeah. I don't know if... Because we've seen we've seen a couple of these like Yasha. You just like a Wraith Band into Yasha and you just start battling with your team and just joining all the fights.
We've seen a lot more battle builds from Jugs recently, yeah.
This might hurt. I mean, Miracle already has Blink Dagger, so that like it's going to be really hard for Alliance to actually set up onto any of these towers. Like this Blink Epicenter is going to be problematic. The Chronosphere plus a Sunray is going to be problematic. This could get a little bit hard for them to actually pressure these towers.
Limp's making the move up top here. See if they can punish Mind Control. They've got the catch. And they've very easily got him, even using the Stampede to make a move at the same time onto GH. It's kills on both lanes here for Alliance.
And S4 now, he can probably take out the majority of this bottom tower with his Retaliate, with his Vanguard. Should be able to, but ILTW is going to start poking. He's got the Javelin, so he actually does damage. But he hurts himself quite a lot too on that Retaliate.
And with that Javelin, 15 seconds, Chrono's going to be back up. To watch themselves down here. ILTW might feel the ability to just drop that ult and guarantee himself a kill if he catches them low.
He's committed. He's bought the Perseverance, so he's 100% going to be going for that Battle Fury. So
okay. I mean, I like, you know, if they're able to gear this game up to some sort of late game stuff between the two of them, it's going to be a whole lot of fun. It's just a question if they get there, as indeed ILTW's made the move. He's locked down Nico baby. Miracle coming in a little late with the Burrow Strike. Nico baby's going to try and go for the TP out. They've got a bash or a crush. They do. Mind Control able to get in. They get the kill. Two of them going down on the top lane as RTW makes the move, gets involved early on the aggressive. And that'll be the Jug. Nico baby out of the lane and without TP, so he's going to have to walk his way back out on the map on respawn.
And at first, I was a little bit worried because Miracle didn't like rev up the Epi, but I'm actually glad he didn't, because now if the tower push does come, I think he's going to have Epi wherever that DK does show up, so he will look to fight back as bottom again.
They've got the setup onto GH. Kuro's going to come in with the TP. He's going to try and turn things around onto S4. He's in with a cookie. Has he got enough damage with the little shredder? He has. Takes down S4. He's got the kisses ready to go. The heal as well coming out. Hansken trying to dodge the kisses the best he can, but the DD still good to go. Kuro, he takes down the two of them.
Don't get confused as to which target needs
okay. Like the 5-position snap just comes in with the DD and gets these kills. All right. The dream for Kuro.
Oh, we're going to have the Golem drop top. Looking for Mind Control. And with the help of Limp, they'll have the damage to do so. Mind Control doesn't stand a chance against these two with the Elder Dragon form and the Chaotic Offering used to take him down. Bottom lane, Nico baby. He should be able to clean up Kuro. Oh, Cookie off to the side. Has he got the movement to get away? He hasn't.
So still showing up and being a bit active, even though he does have Perseverance, does show up and at least get himself a nice kill.
I'll see this move again from Kuro, just holding the tower. It goes down, but taking both kills for it.
How about they all just instantly tip him? They're just like, whoa, Kuro's getting kills.
They just see him popping off down there on the bottom lane. Kuro having a great time with that one.
Oh, that was a funny one. And now Alliance, they have the offering is still alive, the Golem, so they will try to put some pressure on Miracle, setting up the defense. Sentry is in the crystals.
Oh yeah, nicely done there. Very pretty. They're going to pop the anchor. They've got the Stampede though. The one of the oldest counter plays in the book there. You see a big scary supernova, just run away.
They will hold the tower though, and I think that's kind of the main goal from Nigma. Is it's just stalling the game out. You know, Void's getting space top. His Chronosphere's on cooldown for the next 20 seconds. So
the setup.
These pushes, it's huge.
S4, he's gonna go in with a hoof stomp here. Miracle, he's got the epi. He's ready to get the jump in straight away with the burst strike on S4. But S4 is very tanky, and backup's coming in. They're gonna turn over towards Miracle. Nico Baby's in with the Omni Slash. They'll bring down the Sand King. Miracle will fall. As Alliance, they're still moving up to see if they can get some more out of this. RTW jumps in. He's going to get immediately Dragon-tailed. The kisses are coming out. He has got a Chrono if he sees a chance to get it off, but now it's a little awkward with Alliance being able to have the time to stun him and back off. Still do have that Chrono. RTW, is he going to seize a chance to get in on this? They're grouped up pretty tightly. He'll drop the Chrono onto the tree. Does he have the damage? As they've used the ults, and they don't. They have to back away. As mind control falling low, Alliance running in. Nico Baby trying to charge for him, but the cookie will get him back out to safety. And Alliance, they'll be able to push on onto the mid. I mean, you could see it then, the hesitation of RTW. You kind of knew that most of the spells that they kind of needed to throw into that Chrono had already been used. So there was nothing to follow it up at that point. He tries for it, but just nothing to back him up on that play.
And they went for the Centaur. Like S4, he had a hood. I don't know if they checked to see if he did have one. Maybe they thought he only had like Vanguard and Cloak, but with the hood, like, he pops the active, and he's completely fine when they go that far past it. When they don't have Egg either, like they kind of staggered their spells in a pretty weird manner as Nigma. They will keep the tower alive somehow.
They do defend.
Buy some more time for them, but Alliance still quite happy off of that one.
Not for sure. And now some of the other ults might come back up sooner, but 100 seconds, no Chronosphere.
And now your Jug has Battle Fury too, so it's all kind of worked out in a way. Yeah, this greed for the Jug will work out. He'll be able to get a good item timing. The next item afterwards will be at a pretty decent shot. So,
no, absolutely, yeah. It's not like they've been able to do anything about Nico Baby getting the space to finish this item at all. Only that one death early on in this game.
And Mind Control, since he's had a bit of a rough one, he's actually gonna. It looks like he's trying to rush BKB, which it kind of puts Miracle the position on him to always get the initiations to start out the fights. They do have a lot of different ways to like counter-initiate and all that too, but Slardar not having an early blink, that's going to cause some problems for just constant aggression.
Oh, apologies for this pause, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully we'll be able to get the action underway as it sits so far. 13 minutes in, 6-7. Alliance with a slight gold lead.
And Nigma with 0 ultis up at the moment. Alliance... How long do we have left? Dragon Form still has a couple seconds left. There's an Arcane Rune for the next Dragon Form. They have Chaotic Offering up as well, too. So still likely to go for pressuring and taking out that mid tower. They do need to finish it off. And they're ready.
There we go.
So who's got what items now? I haven't gotten to check neutral items because some stuff's been going on. Keen Optic on Hanskin, always a great pickup for Shadow Demon, especially versus Chrono. Extra cast range, he's going to go for Aether Lens to keep even further back. And I saw Fairy Trinket actually on what? It was on the Phoenix, I think. Yeah, GH does have it. So good spell amp at least for the Phoenix too. And Alliance, yeah, they're going to finish off tower. S4, he's just retaliating it down.
It doesn't look like they're going to send anyone over here. Try for the deny. Won't be able to get it. S4 gets the last touch on it.
Oh, and look at that. Nico Baby, he does at least have a stack at the ready too. So a double for that Battle Fury.
Oh, he's going to be nicely farmed this game, Nico. Sitting at the top, and even though RTW has got the Maelstrom, Jug with the Battle Fury should be able to farm that a little bit faster.
Yep, and Alliance will have overall the better initiations. They already have the Limp Blink Dagger. They're going to have the S4 Blink Dagger soon. So they will have some really solid ones. And it's just going to be Miracle for the most part on the side of Nigma. As we say, you know, Mind Control's going for BKB. Might switch it up still if he's able to farm at 2,200 gold at any point in the game.
And Nigma, unlikely to look for any action before the Chrono's back online. And yeah, I guess with Alliance, with the fact that the Nico Baby is having such a good start, they're also maybe not feeling in too much of a rush to get that much done themselves if they're confident enough in Nico Baby's ability to carry this game as the Jug later on.
Yeah, they can still play that farm game. They still can play for the later stages because he has gone for this game, for this build for sure. And we've seen, I mean, honestly, power of Warlock. And as the game does progress, this hero just feels like it gets so ridiculous. The Shadow Word Shard, Fatal Bonds overall, just how strong they scale. they will still definitely have shots versus all this heavy team fight. They just have to be sure not to get caught out of position with too many of their cores inside that chrono.
Radiant structures are fortified.
And they're getting away with a lot of tower pressure here. Alliance top tier 1.
Radiant's top tower is
Wards have been on
under
point this series. I really do want to point that out. There's every single time they've always had coverage of where they are pressuring. So he's going to see them setting up for the defense. They're going to back away as soon as those TP happen. And now they're just going to get more out of the map. Really heads up stuff from FNG.
And
As S4, he's staying in a
Nigma's
bit of a
trying,
risky spot,
yeah.
but he's so tanky and he's about to have blink.
Can Nigma get the jump with the chrono? All ults ready to go. Do they really want to try on S4?
Oh.
Well, they're doing it. And with the... Have they got enough?
Stop the kisses.
I mean, S4, he's going to get the stampede off, but he will still die. Eggs up on the high ground. Golem's down, but then with the Omni Slash on the mind controller, it's going to be Nigma that lose 2, and now the jump, the chrono, the epicenter's in, as they'll find the commitment. ILTW turns over towards Nico, baby. They bring down the Dragon Knight. And now over towards Limp. ILTW chases down Limp, takes him out, double kill. They're not done yet. They're moving over to Hansken and FNG. Hansken holding them back with the disruption, but ILTW is still good to go with the bashes coming in. He'll slowly bring down Hansken as well. Triple kill for the Faceless Void, as now he'll run down FNG. He's looking for another. FNG hiding in the trees, and with the S4 coming back in, they're actually able to turn and take out GH as RTW. He's already bailed out of this. This time round
for a better time.
Yeah.
Nigma to hit that one, right? They catch S4 as he has Blink Dagger finished that base. They catch him. He's not able to get the Stampede to reset, and ILTW, perfect. Gets the ideal chrono with the follow-up Sand King Epicenter. Very nice.
Still holding on to the lead Alliance, but we really are seeing that the team fight. These ultimates of Nigma really do have to be respected by Alliance.
under attack.
And FNG, he got, I think, 4 heroes bound inside with the Chaotic Offering, connecting and instantly stopping the Mortimer kisses, but still, ILTW and Miracle show up right at the end and get some big cleanup. They don't get the tier 1, though. Tier 1 mid is still alive for Alliance, so they do still have that information for themselves always. And easier ways to fight around that mid lane. But Chaotic Offering down for 75, and it looks like Nigma is still hunting for some type of kill.
Look at the kisses up in a few seconds. So I have that follow-up damage from the backlines.
Time is money.
Radiant's top tower is under
Alliance
attack.
definitely a bit more worried about how they go about their next move. On top of the battle, Fury, Nico baby, getting that S and Y done. Once he does
It's scary though, right? Like, cause like all this downtime, Nigma, they just made a big move with all of their ultimates. Now everything is coming back up in Alliance. They haven't actually been able to punish this at all. They don't have Chaotic Offering just yet either. But it's given time now. Chrono's back up in 30. Almost everything is ready for Nigma.
Scanning.
But Alliance continue to try to play around their vision. They still have this ward that was placed earlier on. So perhaps with a little bit more information, they'll have a better shot. Especially because S4, he's got Blink. So he's hoping he doesn't get initiated on this time around.
Yeah, and Alliance know they know that these timings are up. That they are top. They saw RTW. They back up. Yeah, this
Chrono's ready.
it was around that dire ward. I think maybe Alliance caught some of that. RTW already showing himself. They're going to try to commit. Oh, but it's onto an illusion.
It's an illusion.
Oh, and now the chrono's out. RTW is ready with the turnaround. They've caught FNG. FNG and S4 caught on the front as they'll both go down. Enigma, they're ready to try and chase for more. Nico baby goes for the Blade Fury TP out, but Limp's getting slowed. ILTW continuing to chase. Can he get a hit in before the blink is up? He can't. Limp able to turn the Dragon Tail. Blink out of there. He will escape. But an awkward jump there from Alliance as Limp makes the commitment onto the illusion.
Miracle just baits them so hard with it. Oh my god, I can't believe. They saw the Void too and they don't make the jump, and now they will still have Chaotic Offering up. They don't have DK form up though, and that Roche is going to start going down. Hansken is starting to get the spam though with this Aether Lens. With this keen
I mean, can they get the steal? They have got 4 heroes up. S4's up in a few seconds, and already Limp.
Miracle.
He's going to try and get the jump on a Miracle. They're dropping the Golem here as well. Miracle's out with the Burrow Strike. Fatal Bonds linking them all. ILTW standing his ground to take down the Golem. He tries his best. It will tick down low. Jumping from S4. They're on top of the void. RTW is there any further help for him? Nico Baby's pushing back Miracle. Miracle continuing to have to just run away from this Juggernaut as Nico Baby chases him down. The breathe fires out. Miracle, has he got Burrow Strike in a second? He hasn't. As they'll be able to bring down Miracle. The Sand King's gone. Now Alliance can look themselves potentially to move into the pit.
S4's got Blink. He sees Kuro.
They're in. Underneath the tower. Mind control. Looking to help out. S4 bringing Limp and Nico Baby over as well. They get the jump in over towards him, but Mind Control gets the crush out. Turns with the bash. S4 popping the Stampede to get out of there, but both Miracle and Kuro buying back for this fight. They get the jump. They're on Nico Baby. Disruption comes out. Hands get able to protect Nico Baby for now. Nico Baby trying to run. He's actually looking to turn. S4's in with the stun, but ILTW moves over the time walk, takes out Nico Baby. Miracle will fall. Mind Control and ILTW trying to work along the backline as they'll move over to Hansken. Now jumping over towards S4. Limp commits over towards Kuro. It's going to be a die back on both Kuro and Miracle. ILTW Mind Control and GH, can they clean up this fight on their own? It doesn't look like they can. They're going to have to back away. They do manage to take down Hansken and Nico Baby, but a die back on both of them. Miracle and Kuro out of the game for a full minute.
I can't believe they decided to buy back and fight over there, but Alliance, they reap the rewards as now Limp. He pretty much has a full BKB finished up after all that. S4 continuing to be just almost unkillable. He's just running in and forcing spells onto himself, which is giving Alliance a lot of freedom to just target everyone else. Nico Baby just had it out for Miracle. The Fatal Bonds constantly stopping the Blink Dagger of the poor Sand King. He's able to get that chase initially, which forced that buyback.
Oh yeah, and now with that buyback play, Miracle's gold, it's just straight downhill. Yeah, yep. Suddenly this game, it very much for Nigma, it's all about the new man. It's all about ILTW. Yep.
Him and the Phoenix, I think in particular. Like GH still very high level on this support Phoenix, up to level 13. So he still is quite a bit above the rest of the sports, even above even his Slardar. So that could be an X factor, just that Chrono plus the Phoenix potential. But he has to be very careful, GH. He is playing versus that Juggernaut, so it does have to be cautious. But Alliance, they found a very good footing in this game now with Jug. With this Battle Fury, it's absolutely working.
RTW, he's thinking about going back in for the Roche here.
Okay.
They're all up. I mean, they do. It's a hard move for Alliance to actually fight around here with the team fight potential that Nigma do have.
And it does die fast. Like, if they're not playing around this area, just the level 2 Corrosive Haze plus Medallion, that Roche starts to tick down quick. Alliance, 30 seconds on Dragon Form. They've got BKB.
Oh, here comes the smoke. Nigma, can they get the jump? Mind Control leading in. Alliance waiting on the high ground. S4 is going to get the stomp, put the blink off. As he breaks away from Mind Control, Alliance, they know exactly what's being attempted here by Nigma.
Limp still has 15 seconds on DK form. They're trying to stall it just a little bit longer. The D-Ward's coming out. FNG.
Nigma, they're going to get the jump straight away onto FNG. S4 comes over the Who Stop. RTW moves over, gets the Chrono down. He's managed to catch S4, FNG, and Nico Baby as they bring down FNG. Looking over towards S4 now. Nico Baby turns with the Play Fury, gets the healing ward off. Mind Control trying to stand his ground. Limp focusing GH on the back of it all. Brings down the Phoenix. They're moving over. They get the stun off to the three of them. Alliance falling low. Nico Baby trying to fight back, but the bashes come out. Nico Baby falls. ILTW trying to run with the Dragon Tail into the Who Stop. Alliance bring him down. Mind Control gets S4 in return. Kuro jumping in onto Hansken. Mind Control continue to get pushed back by Limp. Kuro will be able to shoot down Hansken here with the little shredder. Turns over towards Limp. Mind Control keeping himself alive with the Essence Ring. There's 2 to survive on Nigma, just the 1 on Alliance.
Holy moly, and Miracle dies instantly at the start of the fight. He doesn't even really get anything off besides that Burrow Strike, and somehow Nigma's actually still fighting back decently. That Slardar BKB actually doing quite decent for us. Limp just standing on the sidelines, controlling really nicely, but Nico Baby eventually, he does go down. Some good connections of the stuns.
I want to see that jump again.
That's crazy.
It was a solid Chrono as well from RTW, getting the 3 of them.
Hanskins always seems to be in the right position, though. Not getting caught in the Chrono, able to save the initial go, and then that reset. The Sunray, it's a full duration one to burn and heal, for the most part, till Limp does get that stun follow through. But that cookie, that's the big one we're looking at. It gets Nico Baby locked down long enough for them to just, like you said, the Bash brothers come into play.
Yeah, these bashes are going to be so irritating to play against. If we ever see an ILTW Mind Control like this, just get the chance to beat down one target, you just can't fight back. There's no counter. You're going to get bashed. You're going to get constantly interrupted.
They have to find Hansken, though. Like, he's getting these saves off every single time, and he's actually getting a lot of farm because he's just chilling with the Phillies.
Yes,
Ags
yeah.
very soon on Shadow Demon. That's going to be very problematic. You break the bash on both heroes. Really nice.
And still Roshan prevails, still up. Neither team able to make it back into the pit.
Alliance is getting much more out of the map. Just whenever there's downtime, they're farming that much more because of the Battle Fury and whatnot from Nico Baby. As Nigma, they kind of have to handhold and just wait for these battles to happen. ILTW has BKB, so now he's got full reign in the team fights to jump into the back.
20 seconds, everything's going to be back up team fight-wise for Nigma. It's only to be a step for Alliance. They've got the Dragon Form, Omni Slash, Demonic Purge, Stampede, Chaotic Offering. They've got the whole lot ready to go.
50 gold till they have Ags on the Shadow Demon too, which is a huge pickup for Hanskin. Nico Baby also has his Ags finished, so Swift Slash will come into play, so maybe they won't be able to control him. Vulnerable in a bit of the fight. Limp pops the ult.
They're going to jump mind control. They're going to start the fight. Archer committing with a slash as well. See if they can bring him down. The Chrono's going to come out. RTW's caught the jug, but again, the disruption. Hanskin's able to step in, keep Nico Baby safe, allow him to get the play free off. The Golem's going to get dropped down. Miracle's in trouble as they'll lose the Sand King. RTW's got to run. And they're looking to chase him down. The Swift Slash comes in. They will respect Kuro and GH being there on the high ground. Mind control on the front lines, trying to fight, stand his ground with the BKB. They look to get him out of there, but the BKB comes to an end. They've got the Dragon Tail stun. Mind control's going to go down for a second time, slowly but surely, as he's running. Is he able to get out of it? I mean, he's speedy. He's very speedy. The Swift Slash, okay, he's actually going to live there. The movement speed in the river, enough to save him, and as you said, a good job it did there, as he did buy back for that. That's the team fight done. Alliance,
that's the Roche.
They're into the pit. I mean, that time around, the Chrono just came a bit of a weird time from RTW. Came during the slash, and again, Hanskin just able to make sure that Nico Baby doesn't, he's not suffering at all whilst locked down in the Chronosphere.
No, Hanskin is honestly like being MVP for me with these saves. He's got the Ags finished up. He's got all this cast range too. It's tough for ILTW, but he doesn't go for the back line.
Oh, can they go for the steal, Nigma?
They're going to have to try.
Roshan is low. Miracle, is he able to make the jump? It's very, very low. Is he going to go for it? He isn't. As Alliance, they'll take the Roshan. Nico Baby's going to be able to pick up the edges on the side. Mind control just dies. What's he doing there?
70 seconds.
He's out.
It's just a disruption into an Omni. Or into a Swift Slash.
That was just a Swift Slash, yeah.
Uh-oh. The constant team fights. A couple missed ultimates, a couple little saves from Alliance. It's broken Nigma's fights. The Egg and the Chronosphere doing very little in the last fight just because of that disruption. And like you said, he did it early. So.
Yeah, they haven't found sort of the perfect time to catch them in the Chrono. It's been a bit of a tricky one for RTW the last few fights. Alliance's positioning just on point.
Yeah, and Miracle's just so squishy. Like, immediately just dies after he gets his stun combo. He's 0, 6, and 9 on this Sand King this game.
Miracle.
And he's getting gone on again.
He just stepped up straight into a disruption. He's dead. Well, now Alliance, they're ready to start pushing it down the lane here. There's 2 heroes down. Nico Baby's got an Aegis.
S4 is an absolute beast too. Cloak of Flames, Pipe, Vanguard, just gonna tank pretty much everything here. Who cares about some kisses? You've got Pipe, even just saving the healing ward. They're just tanking right through with these 3.
I mean, Chrono's up in a second. The next one, it's got to be a banger from RTW. I don't think another sort of meh Chrono is just not going to cut it against Alliance right now.
But how do you look at Hanskin? He's got the headband now too. So look at the positioning.
That's true.
The
Yeah,
Warlock and the Shadow Demon
it's not
on
easy.
the opposite sides. They're not in Chrono AoE. You can't catch both of them.
And Alliance, they're going to be able to get away with it without being jumped at all here by Nigma, as the melee racks fall in the mid lane.
Ooh, a very nice pick up there too. They get themselves the sliver. Status resist for the Jug on top of his status resist. And yeah, Nigma, it really feels like they're going to have to land like some 3-4 man Chrono with the Phoenix, Sunring, and Egging on top for these next fights. Alliance just, they're getting too big. Like everyone on this lineup, like the front line is just too tanky. They have to get access into the back.
They've got to find Hanskin.
But look at Limp.
Oh, Limp. He's going to stand his ground. The Supernova's going to come out in the high ground. Nico Baby's going to move over straight away, see if he can try and take down the Emp. They've got the chrono. This time around, they've got the combo. They set up on top of them. FNG will fall. Now they turn over towards S4. Crows face down upon him. Jump in with the cookie as they focus Nico Baby, but they haven't got quite enough damage to take Nico Baby down. Nico Baby's ready to turn over towards them. Get the Swire lash off onto Miracle. Miracle goes down, but they have lost 3. Alliance, he'll ward out as Nico Baby's got another Swiss slash ready to go. Jumps over towards GH. GH trying to back off, but with the Blade Fury, Nico Baby chases him down. Crows jumps out to the side with the cookie, but they're in with the Burrow Strike over towards Nico Baby. They bring him down once. 2 buybacks coming out from Alliance as they're looking to get back in a position to protect Nico Baby. Nigma are backing away. They're respecting the buybacks from S4 and Hansken as they will retreat.
And they get a pretty damn good setup on the side of Nigma, but they're just too tanky on Alliance now. All these items have just come out. They tank through the entirety of the chrono and entirety of that egg. Nico Baby barely even dying to once.
Oh, mind control. Is he going to be able to get away? He's out with the TP, and he's gone.
Ooh.
So at the leash, Nigma forced a couple of buybacks out from Alliance. Again, that Miracle's game getting pushed further and further behind with him also using a buyback himself. And that is, taking the Aegis out of the hands of Nico Baby.
Oh, and Miracle, he just shows himself bottom.
Oh, S4?
He's just dead.
He is very dead. Dead yet again.
I can't believe he showed himself down there. Well, he's dead for a long time now. That's a tier 2 and potentially even more damage. And it's going to give time for, Lions to set up good vision around this area too. That was quite a bizarre death.
I mean, Alliance is going to come in with the push pretty hard, I'd imagine. No Sand King for a minute.
Too. Yep.
And what's the timing on the chrono still? Still 40 seconds, no chronosphere. They're keeping track of that. They've got a good window to try for a second set of racks.
Yeah, there's nothing they can do without they just have to poke with Phoenix. They actually can't commit it to a kill. It's 37 seconds. This is probably a Rex.
This is a big timing. Alliance continuing to push on with the strength that they have. 20 seconds, no chronosphere.
They're still so careful with their positioning.
Yeah.
Even though they know Chrono's probably down, look at Hansken and FNG. They're just chilling so far back out of the fight.
And there we go. Another melee rack's taken whilst Nigma can do nothing to stop it.
And now Nico Baby was already almost too tanky to die in the last fight. He's got a full Scotty finished up on top of it all now too. This front line of Alliance is just, it's seeming too much for Nigma to break through now.
DD ready for the next bit of action that Nico Baby wants to bring. I'll see that last fight again. This time round, the combo working out, protecting the Supernova. And being able to turn.
Look how tanky he is. He just survives during all of it. Even the next stun, even the follow-up cookie, he survives during all this. Just because of that big lead that he's gotten. And Miracle, like overall, now he's not even like a mid anymore as the Sanking. You're kind of like this glorified support. So these deaths and just these diebacks too. Like 2 times now he bought and died right afterwards.
Back in the action, Nigma. Grouping up. And they've got to be...
LTW versus the world.
Yeah. It really is every sort of weight on the shoulders of ILTW for Nigma. If he dies, without this void, they have nothing. It's...
Yeah. And Alliance, they have everyone's carrying their weight, right? It's not just the Jug. They're all actually doing such a good job this time around on Alliance. And Nigma's just trapped in their base during this right now, too. With all their ults at the ready, they can't actually look to make any type of aggressive play. Both teams just chilling. Very careful.
Alliance is going to realize they are in this position of comfort right now. They can almost just sort of wait and force Nigma to play their game.
They're fine if this fight comes to them now. As long as Nico Baby doesn't get 100 to 0'd, he's going to turn with this DD rune big.
Yeah, DD, Swift slash Omni slash, that's 2-3 heroes down.
Yeah. And they're so tanky. Like Limp AC, he's 41 armor, BKB's got the extra magic resist from the Vambrace too. And these heroes are not going to go down. It's the same thing. It has to get into the backline. Like Nigma, they have to find Hansken. But now Hansken, he has a blink too. So even easier access for him to get in the right position to get these saves.
Double damage.
And they just, yeah, Nigma, now they finally step out to be able to get a little bit of farm, but they've been trapped in their base for a very long time now. Both teams just really being careful.
Nobody splitting from the squad.
It's literally just 5 heroes standing next to each other on both sides. Yeah, just both of them showing their carry, waiting for someone to make the move. Mind control, still no blink dagger. Just do want to point that out. He just is completely neglected at this game.
I mean, I guess he knows that they're going to jump him. But that does leave pretty much, yeah, the entirety of the initiation down to ILTW and Miracle. Of course, one of those, you know, ideally probably Miracle has to get the jump on Hansken. So ILTW is able to go to work on the cores. Otherwise, Hansken's just going to get the saves off.
Yeah, just like maybe Mind Control just like sprints in with BKB and just finds these two backliners. But I feel like maybe he might want the blink, but right now he is saving buyback because he knows the next fight is going to be around that Roche. That's going to be the most important thing. It's 50 seconds till that does spawn. Any other big pickups yet for Alliance? S4 is almost got an Aghanims. That they already didn't really have the damage to kill Nico Baby, throwing a 4.5 second stampede. Oh, sorry, 5.5 second. Apologies. It would be 5.5 with the full ag, so that'd be pretty crazy. We'll definitely not be able to kill Nico Baby.
Oh,
LTW Nico
hello.
Baby.
RTW!
Say hi.
He's been stunned. He's going to need help. Counting off his drop down. He's able to get the time walk off in time, but he's solo turns with the chrono. He's locked down Nico Baby. Have they got the damage to take him out? Hansken stepping over, trying to help out. Nico Baby's able to get the slash off, jump down to the low ground. RTW's away with the time walk. Nico Baby gets out the healing wall, but it's taken out immediately. Nico Baby's still got another slash to go, but the Supernova's coming out. Nico Baby committing with the Blade Fury, looking to take down the egg. He's able to do so. Brings down the Supernova. 3 dead on Nigma. They'll come out with the 3 buybacks. S4's in with a jump onto ILTW. A 4th buyback from Nigma. As they're trying to fight back into this, Miracle will manage to, this time, be the only one that doesn't actually die. He's able to TP away, but Nigma having 4 buybacks to come out. And Alliance, they're still ready to fight.
Nico Baby was ready to go back in for sure. That was, I mean, it was a little scary for Nico Baby for a second there, but he had the backup. Hansken was there at the ready, watching his HP, covering him. And that was just a weird way it starts out. The two of them kind of just like kiss on the stairs, and then the initiation comes forward from S4, and it starts awkwardly. The egg and the chrono not comboed well at all this time from Nigma and Alliance.
No, yeah,
we'll be very happy about that.
Getting completely smashed there by Nico Baby's commitment. And now, you know, now Nigma in a very spooky place. They don't have their team fight, and they don't have the buybacks. One more fight like that, and Alliance will have the series sealed.
12 seconds for that Dragon form. A full Aghanims now on S4.
I mean, they're trying to force this rush. Are they going to be able to make the jump? They are. They're heading in. They're going to commit straight away and onto the Void. Who's going to be able to get the Roshan? Roshan will fall as Nigma get the kill. Aegis also managed to be picked up by ILTW. As he'll have a second life good to go. Over to the side, though, Kuro's been run down. Miracle also found. As Nigma lose 2, they've got to get the rest of the 3 out of there. As they're on the run, TPing back to base, ILTW will make it away before anything's there to stop him. So they get the 3 of them out there. They managed to get the Aegis safely out on RTW. Do we get the Aghanims?
Well, too, right? I think the Blessing went to Jug. I didn't see where the cheese went. That's the only one I lost track of.
Yes, Blessing. Yeah, correct. Blessing did indeed go to Nico Baby. S4 got the cheese. So Alliance able to get 2 of the pickups from the Roche, but Nigma did get the kill, and they did get the Aegis.
They did. No way that Nigma was looking for a fight, though. That was them just looking for some type of steal play. So they do come out with that at the least, and they're looking for a wraparound, but Limp, he runs right into them.
He is? He's going to be able to get the jump over to GH. GH needs help, and he needs it now. As he's away at RTW, he's going to get jumped here. They've caught him with a hoof stomp. As he's able to still jump away with the time walk.
They can't defend high ground. There's no egg. Even when they have the Chronosphere ready now, they're not going to be able to battle around.
Yeah, Alliance just pushing on here, taking the tier 3 tower. Nico Baby's been passed over the cheese for the next fight. As they get in the racks, they're looking for the Megas.
Limps in.
I mean, Mind Control's getting jumping here, but these just getting burst completely. Mind Control gone. Out of the game for 90. RTW trying to get in with the bashes onto Nico Baby here. Has got the support backup. They have got damage from the Ultimates, but they're jumping over to Kuro. Kuro's got to run. Nico Baby staying on target, but Miracle's in with the Power Strike, protecting Kuro, but the counting offering dropped down onto the 3 of them. They're moving. ILTW's low. He jumps back towards the Phantom with the time walk, turns There's towards Deco, baby. Another slash coming out. They're getting dragged over towards the fountain. But they got the megas. The racks are down. Oh, he's in. He's got the chrono out of the three of them, but he immediately stunned. And where's the damage back up? They just don't have it at all. ILTW does not have the follow-up required to get the kills. Miracle dies. The setup's there with a disruption. Follow-up boost up from S4. They take down ILTW once. They're going to be able to do it again the second time. And even if they don't, it doesn't matter. The tier 4s fall. Alliance onto the Ancient. As this game, this series, it is over. As Alliance will take game 3. Freeze is theirs. 2-1 against Nigma.
Such good plays. Just playing into so much team fight and keeping their cool even while it's all happening, and just some crazy fights happening around their tier 2 when they lose the jug. It doesn't matter. Hanskin and FNG just perfect positioning this whole game. Limp, just they're all these bruisers, right? These super tanky bruisers in the front line for Alliance, just making it so much easier for Hanskin always to get the disruption off, always save his jug from that chrono. And maybe just too many ultis this time for Nigma to actually land them all properly. As Alliance, some big outplays. Absolutely. They've had some fantastic series here, and this is it's just another one to add to the Alliance. 2-1 against Nigma. I mean, yeah, across the board, this game, they just really managed to mess with some of the things that Nigma had shown their strengths with before. I mean, Miracle Stanking, it had a rough game this time round, really as there was just fight after fight where they were able to deal with him, and he was really set back very early on by Alliance. Yeah, he got super set back, and they couldn't even get the blink on the Slardar, so it was putting Miracle in these positions where he like has to initiate, and then he just dies, so it looks even worse. He actually had to buy back twice pretty early in the game. Hurt his growth so much. You see him on the net worth. I think he was like bottom 3, bottom 4 toward the end of it because of these buybacks. And Alliance, with a very comfortable draft, they take it and look really good.